I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
But it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour, hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II football, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, Milestone Realty, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Orsini's Home Store, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Palace Lounge, and the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm. Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. So let's head to the field and get today's pregame show underway.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Rams Stadium for today's matchup between the Shepherd University Rams and the East Stroudsburg Warriors. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Travis Smith as we get ready to bring you some good Shepherd University Rams football action on TV10 and on a chilly Saturday morning, Travis, and an interesting matchup. A ESU team coming in with a record of 5-4, Shepherd at 8-1. And you look at this East Stroudsburg team, and obviously potentially for the Rams, Slippery Rock on the horizon, which is a huge game. But you can't overlook this East Stroudsburg team.
Certainly has the feel of a trap game going in. You could certainly overlook this East Stroudsburg team. Like we mentioned, 5-4 they are, 3-3 in the conference. They're 4-1 at home, so they had most of their success at home. They've struggled on the road at 1-3. But even looking at the home record, you have to take that with a grain of salt because 4 of those teams that they beat at home, all of them have losing records. The only game that they did lose was to Shippensburg. So the only winning team that they played at home, they lost to. They've played some other teams pretty tight this year, but it's a team that has shown that they know how to win ball games. And as we've learned watching this season in the PSAC, you really can't afford to overlook anybody because they can come out. They want to win the game too. They have coaches too. They have a desire to win. So you really can't afford to overlook anybody, even if you have Slippery Rock waiting for you on the horizon.
Yeah, and again, it will kind of depend on what happens this week between Slippery Rock and Cal U of PA. The winner of that game will play Kutztown next week for the PSAC championship. And then we believe Clarion. If Slippery Rock were to win today, then the Rams will play Clarion, which is obviously a less big game than playing Slippery Rock. But we're focused on today's game. And, last week, Travis, probably the best performance of the season in terms of all around for the Rams, especially in that second half against Bloomsburg, able to pull away, win that one easily last week, and scoring in all 3 phases as well.
Absolutely. There was a tight game at the half, 21-18. Versus that Bloomsburg team, and they looked like they were game there early on, but you could tell the difference in the programs and just where they are at right now in that second half because Shepherd is just able to throw wave after wave of athlete after you. Then they were just able to blow Bloomsburg's doors off 62-18, and Tyson Bajan putting up one of his cleanest performances of the season, and he's had quite a few. He completed 84% of his passes, had 364 yards, and had 5 touchdowns, and that was enough to earn him PSAC East Offensive Athlete of the Week. So just one of the best performances he put up all year long. And again, they were just banging on all cylinders, running game, passing game, the defense stepping up and really taking control of the game in the second half. So what you want to do as a football team, you want to be playing your best football towards the end of the season, and that certainly seems what the Rams are trending towards here today.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, I'll be joined by the coach of the Shepherd University Rams, Ernie McCook. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR-TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce the continued expansion of services in the Eastern region with the addition of vascular surgeon Omar Nadra. Board certified in general surgery, Dr. Nadra holds certifications in laparoscopic surgery, endoscopic surgery, and advanced airway management. The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is at the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg with additional clinics nearby in Shepherdstown, Winchester, and Hagerstown. For more info or to schedule an appointment, call 304-350-3273 or visit mywvuheart.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Don't hibernate this winter. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. We're now joined by head coach of the Shepherd University Rams, Ernie McCook. This portion of the pregame show brought to you by Parsons Ford. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Game last week against Bloomsburg. You guys, had a pretty close game there at halftime, but were able to pull away in the second half. What do you think kind of changed from the first half to the second half?
I think we just executed in all three phases. Our defense pitched the shutout in the second half. They created a score on defense. We had a special teams touchdown, and the offense was very efficient, and the things they did, I think, made a difference.
And when you have scoring from all three phases, what does that kind of do for a team, knowing that all three phases were able to play well in a game?
Well, it gives us a bunch of momentum at that point, and I think you could see a momentum swing where Bloomsburg was gaining some momentum going into halftime. We came out, executed an offensive drive for a touchdown, and then everything just started to go our way with the defense touchdowns, special teams touchdowns, and several other offensive touchdowns.
And then Josh Kontarek really stood out on both offense and special teams. He not only had the punt return for a touchdown, but also had 2 receiving touchdowns. What does he bring to this team, and in particular, what does he bring as a return man?
He's very consistent as a return man. I feel like he's got a really good handle on catching the football, which just being able to catch the football and secure the ball there really helps us with the field position battle. We don't have the ball hitting the ground, bouncing for another 10 or 15 yards. And then when he does catch the ball and is able to return it, he's usually getting positive yards to help our field position. I think Josh has brought a lot to us. He's a mature kid. He is a guy that's played a lot of football. He's a really good football player, and he's brought some leadership in the wide receiver room.
It was the first time, too, coach, in a while where you guys were able to get a defensive touchdown. Kind of take me through that play a little bit from your perspective, and also just the defense in general, having some really good games, especially on the road this year, it seems like.
Yeah, the defense has been playing outstanding. They take a lot of pride in how they play. They don't want to give up any kind of score. They're always trying to make it very difficult for the opposing team's offense. I think our defensive line did a great job last week and a bunch of pressure on the quarterback, making him uncomfortable. I think our second-level linebackers did a great job with the run stopping and made it very difficult for Bloomsburg to run the football. And so I think our defense is playing well, and you can see the momentum each week as they're getting better.
And Tyson Bagent continuing to climb the record books as well. What has he meant to this program as now one of the best quarterbacks without a doubt in program history?
He's awesome. He's a great team leader, great teammate. He raises everybody's level of play around him. I think everybody has a tremendous amount of respect for him. But he is also somebody that I think has a great appreciation for this football program, this university, and we're very fortunate to have a guy like that at the most important position that we could have as a quarterback. And Tyson, continues to really do outstanding things for our football team. But he's more of a leader by example than anything else.
And this East Stroudsburg team, kind of similar to Bloomsburg in terms of maybe not the best record, but have been tough in the conference all season. So what are some things that stand out to you about them? They're a lot better than what their record even shows. They played a lot of a lot of close ball games that had the ball bounced a certain way, they could have come out on top. I think that they're very efficient on offense. They have a big playability with the quarterback, the receiver Bender. They're also very efficient in running the football. They're very sound in what they do, things running the football. They do try to be balanced. They got a quarterback who's a redshirt senior, is a big physical kid that he'll throw it around the park, but he can also pull it down and be a threat offensively running the football. I think their defense is really the heart and soul of their team. Their defense, they have a great defense. They have a tremendous defensive line that plays with great energy and effort. They have two linebackers that want to control the box. So it's going to be a really good football team in here on Saturday, and we'll have to play a really good game in order to set ourselves up to find a way to win in the end. And Coach, you mentioned their D-line being pretty tough, and it seems like recently your offensive line in particular has really stepped up for you guys and allowing you to have a balanced attack. So is that going to be another key to get the win on Saturday?
Absolutely. Our offensive line has got to be very effective each week. And I think that we have some great leadership there. We have some mature guys. We also have guys that play with a lot of pride as a unit and want to be successful. And so they understand that they're going to have a great challenge with this defensive line, and I think they're looking forward to the challenge.
All right, Coach, thank you, and good luck this week.
All right, thanks so much.
That'll do it for this portion of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. We'll be back with more. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Don't get left out in the cold. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Shepherd taking on East Stroudsburg today. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the pregame show, brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio-video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. Travis, we look at this matchup a little bit deeper here, and this East Stroudsburg team coming off of a tough loss last week to Shippensburg, 24-23, had a lead at the half, but Shippensburg able to come back and win. an up-and-down season. I think that loss kind of represents this team so far. They've had their moments, but they've really struggled with consistency.
They have, and some of the losses that they've taken have come against some of the teams that are in the upper echelon of the PSAC. So the games that they are losing, they're losing to quality opponents. But as the program begins to grow and move forward, you want to start winning some of those games. That's going to be the measuring stick. So you have to feel that they're probably looking at today's game as one of those tests where if we're going to take that next step and become one of the big dogs in the PSAC, you're going to have to knock one of these champions off the top of the mountain. And you're certainly feeling that they're coming into today's game with a lot of confidence, feeling that they might have a chance to steal one here, with Shepherd possibly overlooking them at the context for next week.
Yeah, and you look at this team too, a team that, as Coach McCook pointed out, very strong defensively, and they will try to get after the quarterback and provide some problems for Tyson Bagent today.
And coming off of a tough performance against Shippensburg, had 5 sacks last week, also forcing an interception. So if they're able to get pressure on the quarterback, chances are it's going to come from one of their big defensive linemen, and it's probably going to be Andre Eldridge up front, the 6'2", 300-pound senior. Already has 8.5 tackles for a loss this season, 6.5 sacks. So it's going to be some pressure up front. And Shepherd has done a good job as far as handling premier pass rushers this week. They had a tough test last week with one of the interior linemen, so they're going to have another one this week. But that Shepherd offensive line has certainly rose to the occasion when it comes to neutralizing those premier pass rushers on the opposing defense.
Yeah, and it kind of has helped as well to have that rushing attack going with Ty Ebron and that offense. And, of course, I think another key today for the Rams will be trying to keep this defense, or trying to play well defensively for them, because they've kind of made some offenses that are just middle of the pack look really good against the Shepherd defense. So that's going to be a key today as well.
And that's something that this Shepherd defense has shown for the past several seasons, is that they are a bend but don't break kind of group, but they've made the plays when they've needed the plays, and there's no shortage of talent on the defensive end. I just think that the next step for that Shepherd defense is going to be, can they play together as a unit? Because they have good pass rushers, they have really good linebackers, great safety play. Maybe if they can get a little bit more out of their cornerback position, it'll be enough to really bring this defensive unit together.
All right, we'll take a 1-minute break. On the other side of that break, I'll be joined by Rams wide receiver Greg Leonard, and then we'll have another 1-minute break, and we'll bring you some of this Military Appreciation Day tribute. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. This is In the Huddle, brought to you by the Ameris Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call Ameriprise Financial Services at 304-263-4343 or stop by their offices at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Now go In the Huddle with Rams wide receiver Greg Leonard. What's it like being a wide receiver on this team? You guys have so many different weapons. Obviously, the competition's pretty high. So what's it like being around, a lot of talent?
Honestly, those guys in the room, especially the receiver room, they make me a lot better each and every day. Hopefully I give them things from my game, and I take a lot from their game. And it helps when you have the #1 quarterback in the country and an O-line as great as ours. And there's just some hard-working guys up front. They don't take any reps off. So honestly, I'm just blessed to be a part of that process and being a part of this team. So.
You were injured in 2019. You're back this year. What's it been like to finally get back on the field and get to play the game that you love?
Been a big confidence booster. One thing that really helped was the COVID year that happened. Came into the 2019 season with a lot of high expectations and things like that. But having the whole year during the COVID period to just develop my game and just work on my weak areas. It helped me approach this 2021 season in full stride, and I feel better than ever.
We talked about how you guys have a lot of wide receivers, and obviously Tyson's a very talented quarterback. So what's it like playing with him, knowing that he's able to get everybody involved and your weapons are so deep that, sometimes you'll break wide open for like a 50-yard touchdown out of nowhere, and it's like, where'd that really come from?
Well, Tyson's the guy, it's the man behind the madness. He's the reason everything really works the way that it does, to be honest with you. You can have all the talented guys in the room, but if you don't have a good captain leading the way, the ship's gonna sink. In terms of the other receivers, I like to think that we all help each other out. You have Ryan Beach, Josh Gonter, Jonathan Moss, those guys. One game, Beach could be double teamed, and it's going to open up everybody else. Or, it varies from week to week. So, each given week, any one of us can have one of those games where we just go crazy, especially with Tyson back there leading the way.
It's kind of a pick your poison with this offense. And
definitely.
Greg, what stands out to you about this East Stroudsburg defense?
It's nothing that we haven't really seen throughout the year so far. It's just about, honestly, us going out there and executing. I think that, we're unstoppable when we're playing to the best of our abilities and just executing on offense, converting third downs and just moving the ball.
All right, Greg, thanks for joining us on In the Huddle. We'll be back with more on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show.
Thank you for having me.
Relax. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs. Don't hibernate this winter. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
We welcome you back to Ram Stadium here on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Virgil, Travis Smith here on the pregame show, and just had the flyover, so pretty cool moment there. I couldn't see it, but hopefully we were
the shadow go across the field.
Yeah,
That made it kind of cool.
Hopefully we got it on TV 10 for you if you could not make the trip to join us here today. And Travis, we talked a little bit about East Stroudsburg season so far. Let's talk a little bit more about the Rams and what they've done. Obviously, an 8-1 start, that one loss to Kutztown, still leaning potentially large depending on what's able to happen here in these final 2 weeks of the regular season. But as of right now, Shepherd is in position to be the 3 seed in their region for the playoffs, and in a good position right now, and can certainly continue to move up if they keep winning.
And the team is moving in the right direction. Their offense is beginning to be more balanced. They're able to run the ball that's going to complement that passing game. The defense is able to stiffen up. And I think that's why that run game is so important, because not only is it going to help the offense become more balanced and more dynamic, it's also going to help that defense by giving them time to actually catch their breath on the sideline, giving them time to make adjustments where they're not having to go out there after a quick strike on the offensive side of the ball. So I think the running game is going to be beneficial for everything. I think one thing that remains for this Rams team to clean up as they're looking towards that postseason is trying to play a little bit more consistent as far as special teams. They've had some big special teams miscues so far this season, and that was one of the reasons why they lost that Kutztown game, was a big field goal block that turned into a touchdown, and that was pretty much the turning point in that game. They've also let a couple other teams hang around by some big special teams miscues. So that's something that they still have to get nailed down, and it's been kind of tricky for them so far this year.
Yeah, and I think another key for the Rams, as you mentioned, special teams, but able to get that punt return touchdown maybe gives the special teams unit enough confidence now moving forward where they can start playing a little bit better, because they've had some issues. Had the blocked punt against Millersville as well that resulted in an early lead for the Marauders. Now, obviously, in that game it didn't come back to hurt the Rams, but it could against some quality teams like East Stroudsburg today. If you give up some points on special teams, that can give them enough momentum where they're a good enough football team that they'll take advantage of those free points. So definitely I think special teams has been an important thing, and the defense has played well at times, but they want to have more consistency as well. And that front seven has been the strength, but the secondary's had some issues.
They've had some issues. They have tremendous safeties in Ponce de Leon and Antonio Fox, but where they've struggled is trying to find that corner or pairs of corners, because they've rotated through a couple different looks. They're still trying to find that right combination of players at that cornerback position that's going to help them out. Of course, Tyron McDade has been the man that's been in there so far this year, and he's done a solid job. Last week had 2 solo tackles and 1 pass breakup. That brings his total to 9 pass breakups. So you can look at that 2 ways. One, he's doing his job as far as breaking up those passes, or teams are really targeting him, looking to throw the ball at him. One of the things that they're able to do so well that really kind of helps their corners out is that they're able to pressure the quarterback. You look at last week's game, that Rams defense also able to total 5 sacks. Kyle Smith got off to a red-hot start to start the season, but you can see teams, they certainly have the game tape on them, so they've made some adjustments, but what that's done is open things up for some of the other defensive linemen to get after the quarterback. They have tremendous linebackers. They're able to play in space. They're making plays in the pass game. They're super tough against the run. I think one of the things that Shepherd has to work hard to overcome is that they're undersized up front, which means that they have to overplay the run, and that makes them susceptible to play-action pass. We've seen a lot of teams this year able to really get after that Rams defense by using that play-action pass, freezing those speedy linebackers, and getting one-on-one matchups versus those corners.
All right, we'll take another 2-minute break here. On the other side of that break, we'll get Travis's keys to the game, and then we'll have kickoff from Rams Stadium. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience, family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back to Rams Stadium on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. Back in the studio is Spencer Dupuis on site. Our executive producer, Colin McLaughlin. Our camera operators this afternoon are Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, and Harry Brown. Travis, let's get your keys to the game. Start with the visitors, the East Stroudsburg Warriors. What are some keys for them to get a victory today?
Well, we touched on it already. They're going to have to get some type of big plays. They're going to have to get some points from their special teams unit, and no better person to look to than Reese Bender, a second-team All-PSAC return specialist, has had a whale of a season so far, already has a kick return for a touchdown, is averaging over 10 yards per punt return. And the last time he went against this Shepherd team, had 4 catches for 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a punt return for a touchdown. So that's going to be one key for them. Another thing, they're going to have to get after the quarterback. Make Tyson Bajan get off his platform and try to roam around and use his check downs. Another important thing for their defense is limit run after the catch. The teams that have had success against this Rams offense have been teams that have tackled well in space, but that's easier said than done.
Definitely, it's tough to tackle some of these guys like Ryan Beach, Greg Leonard, and the other receivers that can make plays. Ronnie Brown in the secondary is definitely a tough matchup for any team. So what are some keys, though, for the Rams today to get this win?
All right, well, we can start off on special teams. Clean special teams play. Nothing special. They don't have to break big plays, although Josh Gonterra coming off of a week where he was named East PSAC Special Teams Athlete of the Week with his big punt return. But, again, good snaps as far as field goal and punts, no silly penalties, and on kickoff, you really want to make sure that the guy's down. It's been the past couple of weeks where the Rams defense, the Rams kickoff unit has eased up a little bit and somebody's able to spring something after play. So clean it up on special teams. Another thing, protect the quarterback and use that run game. That's also going to help protect your running back because that's going to slow down that defensive front for East Stroudsburg. And another thing, just go ahead and turn that offense loose. And usually that requires getting Ryan Beach involved in the game early and often. That was something they were able to do against Bloomsburg, and he's just the catalyst for that offensive unit. You get the ball in his hands, good things happen for everybody else around him.
East Stroudsburg will receive the opening kickoff as the Rams electing to defer to the second half. And East Stroudsburg, a 5-4 football team, have had some good performances out of both their quarterbacks this season. Looks like though Jake Cirillo will be the starter today. The backup, Matt De Laurentiis, has had some success as well, though, not throwing an interception. So, two guys that you can rely on at quarterback is certainly helpful, especially like we've seen Shepherd's made some quarterbacks uncomfortable this year with the pass rush. So to have another guy behind Cirillo, who is a veteran redshirt senior, 6'4", 234, he can certainly sling it, but they have another guy right behind him that can play and fill in if necessary.
Like you mentioned, De Laurentiis had 6 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, completing a high clip of his passes. He has 40 completions to only 66 attempts, so it's something where maybe they bring in some type of wildcat package. He's a little bit more mobile. They bring him in. Like you mentioned, Jake Cirillo, prototypical size of that quarterback position, 6'4", 235 pounds. He's a 3-time second-team All-PSAC selection, so he is a player that they can rely on and have relied on for the past several years.
Reese Bender is back deep. Hayden August Scriven's kick is end over end, short, fielded around the 6-yard line. There goes Bender across the 15, across the 20, out to around the 25-yard line before being brought down. Reese Bender, the kick returner for East Stroudsburg, a team, as we mentioned, a 5-4 record on the season, coming off of a tough loss to Shippensburg, held a 23-14 lead at the half, but were shut out in that second half by the Raiders and lost 24-23. Bryson Musina leading a comeback for Shippensburg in that ball game. Jake Cirillo and the offense out on the field for East Stroudsburg, and the Warriors lining up in the pistol formation here on 1st down and 10 from the 25. They'll run it up the middle with Angela Vick, another redshirt senior, 5'9", 185-pound running back, and don't get much room on that first carry.
Like you mentioned, number 26, Gunnar Anglovich, coming off of a big game last week, had 28 carries for 73 yards. Now, that's not much as far as yards per carry. That's only 2.6, but he was able to get a touchdown. But when you're able to stick with the run like that, it keeps your offense on schedule and, most importantly, ahead of the chains. 2nd
down and 7 from the 28. No backs in the backfield, but Cirillo lines up under center, and that pass is swatted down by Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith, the Rams' defensive end outside linebacker, and he is, when he hasn't made plays getting after the quarterback, he's he's shown that ability to knock down the ball at the line of scrimmage.
Well, his presence is certainly felt in that time. The fullback, David Akinwande, he had the blocking assignment on that play, but Kyle Smith was just able to bowl through him. If you're going to get his hands down, what you have to do if you're going to throw one of those quick passes, you have to get up there and get into his kitchen, so to speak, and bring those hands down. You just can't let him come back there and get extended like that. He is a tremendous athlete.
Cirillo runs option and gets close to the sticks. Had to get to the 35-yard line on 3rd down and 7. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short here. 4th and 1 from the 34. And ESU's offense wants to go for it, but coach going to the punting unit here, which seems like a smart move early in the game. And obviously, you don't want to give Shepherd a short field.
Not at all, because pretty much any field is a short field the way that they're able to put points up. But Jake Cirillo is a player that will pull it down as the quarterback. Has 44 carries coming into today's game for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like we mentioned, his big frame, so he can break some tackles if he has to.
Rugby-style punt rolls down to about the 21-yard line. Rams will take over on offense. Kind of a weird punt there. It's just a straight line drive off the foot.
Well, that's one of the things that you want with kick. Like I know in the high school game, it's something I tell a lot of my kickers. If you can't kick it far, kick it weird. Because if you can get a funny bounce or something that's going to throw off the timing a little bit, it's going to be to your advantage. So if you're able to come out with an unusual punt, that's hard to simulate in practice. So they're really not going to be able to set up a return off of that. So that might be something that comes up huge later on in the game.
1st and 10 now from the 22-yard line. Bajan in the pistol. Hebron the back behind him. They'll fake the Hebron, roll out to the right, dump it down. Michael McCook has it. Across the 25, out across the 30, and a 1st down for the Shepherd University Rams. First play of the game, you get the fullback involved.
And McCook, some weeks he plays a lot, some weeks you don't hear his name too much. But coming into today's game, he's already made his presence felt in the passing game with 5 catches for 40 yards and also 3 touchdowns. At one point during the season, that's all he had was touchdown catches. So McCook out there collecting his 6th reception of the season.
Yeah, you talk about all the weapons Shepherd has, and then they throw the fullback at you for the first play of the game. Hebron running right, nice hole on that far side. Gets out to about the 34-yard line.
Looked like Khalil Scott was in on the tackle, the 6'1", 210-pound sophomore. One of the other players that we failed to mention in the pregame, but we'll certainly be saying his name throughout today's game, is defensive end Deshaun McCarthy. Had a big game last week, had 6 tackles, 2 of those solo, also 2 pass breakups, so he does get his hands up in the air, and he is a pass rush specialist. 12 sacks so far on the season.
2nd and 9 for the 34. Bajent slings it to the far side complete, and running out of bounds is Alex Wetzel, forcing him out. Looked to be number 45, Aiden Hayward. This will be 3rd down and 2 for the Rams from the 41. Hebron the back. Moss the receiver here to the near side. Greg Leonard the receiver to the far. Bajan in the pistol formation. They'll give Hebron. Hebron has a nice hole, has the 1st down and more across to Mount midfield before being dragged down on the play by number 96. That is
Jesse White, the 6'2", 250-pound sophomore.
So 1st down for the Rams into East Stroudsburg territory to the 49-yard line. Beach, the receiver in the slot to the near side for the Rams. Marlon Cook out here on the near side as well. Have not seen him this season as they throw far side. Complete to Gonteric. Gonteric makes a nice move and inside the 10 and going to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Shepherd. Didn't really see that coming. Looked like he was going to be hit out of bounds, but he was able to toe tap on the sideline, cut it upfield, and take it in for 6. The Rams take the early 6-0 lead with 11:07 to go in this first quarter.
I'm sure the defensive coordinator for that East Stroudsburg team, Mike Lackey, has to be just spitting mad at that play. First, you had your corner out there, Adewale Abenyanju, He misses the tackle, and then Tyler Watson, a very short-handed tackler, comes up, just tries to throw his shoulder into Gonterra. He just cuts it back against the grain and walks in untouched. Like we mentioned, you cannot allow run after catch versus this Rams team. It's a tough job to ask for that, but man, oh man, you can't make mistakes like that.
Hayden August Scriven nails the extra point. 7-0 Shepherd, 11:07 to go in this first quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia. We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com. Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. It's a 7-0 Shepherd lead with 11:07 to go in this first quarter. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the call. August Scriven with another short kick, fielded at around the 2-yard line, across the 20, out to about the 25. Bender again on the return for ESU.
Last week, having a good game versus Shippensburg was Reese Bender. He had 5 catches for 188 yards and a touchdown, the longest of which coming 66 yards. Like we mentioned, the last time he faced off against this Shepherd team, you have to figure he's going to be featured prominently in their scouting report. He torched the Rams. 4 catches, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 kick returns for 106 yards, and 2 punt returns for 77 yards and a touchdown. So he filled up the stat sheet last time he faced off against this Rams team.
Cirillo in the I formation. They'll give it to Anglovich. Not much room coming up. And filling the hole for the Rams was Chris Lane. 2-yard pickup, make it 2nd down and 8.
Like we mentioned, they use Anglovich as kind of just that tone setter for the offense. You don't want to get behind the chain, so it's a modest gain on 1st down, but it's certainly better than 2nd and 10, and it gives you some options when you're coming up at 2nd and 8 where you can either look to pound it again or look for some type of short pass.
2nd and 8 from the 28. Play action, quick pass complete on the far side. Making the catch appeared to be Joel Gland, the redshirt senior. 6'5", 265-pound tight end. Correction, it looked like that was
Chad
14.
Parton. Chad Parton, the 5'9", 185-pound freshman. Which he's just now being more and more incorporated into the offense. Last week had 1 catch for 28 yards versus Shippensburg, so he's starting to get incorporated more and more into the offense for this East Stroudsburg ball club.
3rd down and 2. Cirillo will keep, has the 1st down.
Frankie Stevens in on the tackle.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Stevens to go low, but he had to meet him right at the sticks, and it was a big enough hole that Cirillo was able to use his 6'4" frame and get that 1st down. Move the ball to the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
And there we go. Just that 2 or 3 yard chunk on 1st down. It's going to keep you on schedule. You come back, you throw a short pass. The wide receiver was able to pick a couple of yards, and then you're in a 3rd and short situation where the whole playbook's open. You can really have a lot of different ways you can attack the defense to convert for that 1st down.
Anglovic is stuffed on this 1st down carry.
Nasheem Bridgman checking into the game. The 6'1", 310-pound senior was able to clog things up in the middle.
Loss of 1 on the play. Move it back to the 35-yard line. Bridgman, a guy we haven't seen a ton of recently. Usually, though, kind of eating up blocks there in the middle. That time able to make the tackle.
So we mentioned how this Rams defensive front is undersized, and Bridgman looking to balance out that equation when he comes into the game.
Quick pass to the far side, complete to Bender. Bender across the 40, up, down, or to midfield.
I'll tell you what, you look at Bender, then you look over at Ryan Beach for Shepherd. You can tell these guys probably look like they come off the same assembly line. Very similar styles in how they play.
Another first down for ESU. Moving the ball out to the 47. Still on their own 47. Two receivers coming in the near side. Angelo Vick remains the running back. Play action. Ball is tipped at the line, but still caught on the play by David Akinwande, the fullback.
East Stroudsburg using that RPO style action where they're faking that run pass, just trying to freeze those linebackers just enough for the fullback to leak behind. And again, the Rams defensive front able to get their hands up, knowing that those quick passes are coming out. You know, that's something that they probably worked on this week, is just getting up, just trying to be a distraction, if not bat a pass, possibly even pick one off.
So it's a 9-yard pickup on what looked like it was going to be an incompletion. Angelo Vick gets the carry, stutter steps in the hole, then bounces outside. Has the first down. Ponce de Leon in on the tackle.
And Anglovich, not a huge running back, but he is just short and compact and stocky. 5'9", 185 pounds, redshirt senior. So you know he's a salty competitor. Coming into today's game, he had 172 carries for 823 yards. So averaging a respectable 4.7 yards per carry, and that's just going to keep an offense on schedule and really keep your playbook wide open on 3rd and short.
1st and 10 from the Shepherd 41-yard line. Cirillo will hand it off to Angelo Vick again, and again, not much room. But like you said, I mean, he's going to get his carries. Juwan Addison coming in and making that tackle. And, you know, for a guy that's 5'9", 185, you don't typically see those guys be big in between the tackle runners, but Angelo Vick has that ability.
Yeah, he likes to pound it inside. And what this is going to do, it's going to pay dividends for you in the 4th quarter. That's why you stick with the run like this early on in the game, even if you're only getting 2 and 3 yards a pop. It's kind of like a boxer going to the body earlier in the fight. You go ahead and put those punches in the bank early on because you know they're really going to start to pay dividends in the 4th quarter.
1-yard gain. Here's the deep ball shot down the sideline, incomplete. Good coverage by John Cheney. They wanted Clifford Brinkley, the redshirt senior, 6'3", 225-pounder.
And Cheney using a cornerback's best friend, the sideline. He was able to ride the wide receiver out of bounds on that play. Clifford Brinkley looked like he's coming up. A big gimpy on that play. He's coming off to the side. There was a big size mismatch on that
Cheney
play.
is standing at just 5'8".
And Brinkley 6'3", 225 pounds. So that's something that a matchup that they really want to get. So that might mess up their plans. He's not able to shake off that injury and get back in the game.
3rd down and 9 from the 40-yard line. Cirillo now in the shotgun. They'll hand it off to Angelo Vick. Nice misdirection play. The Rams, though, able to read it well. Ricky Robinson was the first man there, and then it looked like Chris Lane came up and cleaned it up for Shepherd.
And that's just one of the unusual aspects of this Rams defense, is that they're so fast and they're so quick to the ball, but yet they're also disciplined. You very rarely ever catch them out of position, and if you do, the hole's not going to be there very long. So this Rams defense, again, they're able to stiffen up and play tough when they have to. And on that play, that's exactly what happened, because it looked like East Stroudsburg caught them in something when they did that counter back to the left side. That Rams defense was able to read and react and close that hole quickly.
So makes it 4th and 6 after the 3-yard pickup, and the Warriors, at least initially, showing that they're going to go for it, but they're going to take a timeout.
And that's the second time that the offensive unit has kind of been lingering around when 4th down has come up.
They're just going to take the penalty, excuse me.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so it's going to back them up, give them a little bit more room to try to pooch it in there.
Because I never am a fan of timeout to punt. If you know you're going to punt anyway, why'd you call it a timeout? Better off just taking a 5-yard penalty. So give them a little bit more room, and there's that rugby-style kick bouncing down.
Perfect roll.
All the way inside the 5-yard line for ESU. Will be tough field position for the Rams here with 4:56 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Shepherd lead. So ESU able to get some momentum on that last drive a little bit, moving into Shepherd territory, but a little bit of a passive call there to go for the run on 3rd down and 9, and it was a great job by Shepherd to be aware of it and slow it down and then eventually clean up that tackle. So the Rams are backed up all the way on their own 1, almost the half-yard line down there. So an excellent punt. Bajent standing in the back of the end zone with Hebron the back to the right. Bajent, play action, quick pass complete over the middle. There's Josh Gonteric. Gonteric with a nice move. Gonteric across the 25, and there goes the terrible field position very quickly there. And a nice little quick slant route over the middle.
And Jacob King, the linebacker, in on the tackle. And again, looked like Gonteric had a little bit more room to run on that play, but like we mentioned, brought down by King. He had 6 tackles last week versus Shippensburg, 3 of those solo, 2 tackles for a loss, and a pass breakup. So he is a linebacker that we will be saying his name a lot today. One of those stalwarts in that front 7 for the East Stroudsburg defensive unit.
Bajent takes the snap quickly, completes. Greg Leonard. Leonard makes a nice move at the 40, but a good tackle too on the outside.
Like you mentioned, that is disheartening. You have Shepherd backed up on the very shadow of their own doorstep, and then one play, they're almost out at midfield, and you're seeing that East Stroudsburg recognizing that they have some disadvantages as far as matchups on the outside, having to play off. And this Rams unit has no problem taking those dinks and dunks and getting big yards after the catch.
1st and 10 from the 42. Bajent again looking to throw quickly. Completes Leonard at the midfield, and Leonard gets it into ESU territory. Teddy Mitchell, the man to make that tackle, the grad senior. 1st and 10 now from the 46-yard line.
Just a savvy veteran move that time by Leonard, just finding the soft spot in his zone, showing the quarterback his numbers, and still able to pick up a handful of yards after the catch.
Leonard and Gonteric, the receivers to the near side. Ryan Beach out there to the far side. Looks like Jonathan Moss, the other receiver. Ronnie Brown, the back to the left of Bajent here on 1st and 10 for the 46. Bajent, straight drop back under some pressure, avoids the sack, runs across to the near side and dips out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Will be a 5-yard pickup in 2nd down and 5.
And running with the ball is not Bajent's forte, but he is a young athletic quarterback and can pick up a chunk if he has to, especially if the other team is playing off in his own coverage or more, a lot of times playing in man coverage where the wide receivers are just running them off down the field. He will pull it down and pick up a good game from time to time. This season, a long of 21 when he decides to pull the ball down and run.
2nd and 5 from the 41. Bajent adjusts the play at the line of scrimmage. Another play action, another quick pass out to the far side. That time not Gonteric, but as we mentioned earlier, Marlon Cook, the sophomore, 6'2", 180 on the intended route for him.
You can see his head was already turning, looking to get upfield and make a play after the catch. You got to secure it first. Bajent's throwing that ball to the sidelines with a lot of velocity on it, so you really have to be conscious and look that ball all the way in and secure it before you try to make your move. You have plenty of room. There was no reason to rush it. But the young football player, he's going 100 miles an hour out there in his head. Sometimes you just need to slow down and be patient. Let the game come to you.
3rd and 5 from the 41. That ball tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. They wanted Josh Pulse there on the outside. And I wonder, too, if maybe E.J. Morgan dealing with an injury, because we see Cook out there. He hasn't really played all season. Morgan's been kind of that other receiver in the rotation that they've used. So now 4th down and 5 from the 41. I don't remember seeing Morgan warm up either, so that could be
Deshaun McCarthy with that pass breakup that time. He had 2 pass breakups coming into today's game, so a taller, rangier athlete, 6'4", 265-pound junior, making his presence felt. He's usually getting after the quarterback, but he can also get his hands up there.
Bajent's going to pooch punt this one, and not super successful, only out to the 20-yard line, but that'll be about a 25-yard punt. 2:21 to go in this first quarter, 7-0 Shepherd.
It's messing up his average. He had one in the 2019 season of over 50 yards, one earlier this year of over 45 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he kind of got it off a little weird, so definitely affected the punt a bit. But either way, it's a solid situation for the Rams, having East Stroudsburg with the ball on their own 20-yard line. First down at 10. Cirillo and the offense back on the field with 2:21 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Shepherd lead. Cirillo will keep running across the hash marks and then being brought down by Antonio Fox.
Chris Lane was also there. David Akinwande did a good job of climbing up to the second level and getting a block on Chris Lane. He's been banged up the past couple of weeks.
To the 29-yard line. Second down and about 1. High formation now for East Stroudsburg. Seen that a few times out of them, but a 3-receiver set as well. So they'll throw quickly and passes behind the intended receiver. Trying to hit Eli Lavarin, and he had a wide open, though, Chad Pardon here that I thought he was going to him initially because he would have had Lavarin kind of as a lead blocker, and it probably would have been an easy first down and more for East Stroudsburg.
You can tell he's certainly showing some concern for that Rams pass rush. As well he should. They've done a good job getting after the quarterback, so he's doing his job as far as just trying to get the ball out quickly. That time wasn't the wrong decision, but he could have made a better decision, like you said, by going to Pardon.
3rd and 1. They'll run it with Angelo Vick. I don't know. It's really close. I think he is going to be short because he had to get to the 30.
Checking in that play, making his presence felt. That's why you put the big fella in there.
No gain.
Cause a big old traffic jam up front. Well, you put a guy like that in, he's going to eat up 2 gaps. And with the speed and athleticism that you have around him, that's a huge asset when you're able to bring in a big defensive tackle like that and really just cause a traffic jam up front.
And the times when Shepherd has struggled to defend the run is we'll have the punt here. And Gontarek will let it bounce about the 36 and roll down to about the 32-yard line. But when Shepherd's had issues against the run, it's been against those bigger, powerful backs. And obviously, East Stroudsburg really doesn't have that. So they don't have a big guy like we see McKenzie a couple weeks ago for Westchester have a nice game. And we've seen some other backs do some damage that have been kind of those bigger backs, besides some guys making some catches out of the backfield. But that's also been kind of an area of struggle, and we really haven't seen Angelo Vick make a whole lot of catches. So we'll see if Shepherd's defense continues to play as well as it has early on. But Bajan and the offense back on the field now. Bajan will take the snap, straight drop back. Sling it over the middle behind Josh Gontarek and incomplete.
Looked like that ball was just on top of Gontarek before he was really ready for it. Almost a big play for the East Stroudsburg defensive unit. Looked like the ball bounced around a couple of times.
I couldn't tell if it hit the turf or I guess it didn't based on how the players were reacting.
Looked like Adewale Abayanju.
Hit off of a heel.
Okay.
So it definitely could have been picked off, which would have been a huge momentum shift in this ball game. Bajan quickly complete to Ryan Beach. Beach trying to shin off the tackler, but a great tackle there by Mitchell on the outside. He's been making some good plays in space. Earlier had a nice tackle, and there, anytime you make a tackle on Ryan Beach in space, you're usually got to be a pretty good tackler.
You should win an award just for that. Not a lot of teams have been able to do that this year.
That's the Ryan Beach tackle of the game.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 9. Rams have about 18 seconds to go in this first quarter. We'll see if they got to take one more play because of the play clock. So Bajan under some pressure from behind, standing in there, completing the pass to Gontarek. at the 45-yard line for a first down. That was impressive because he had guys all around him. Flag coming in, though, so we'll see if this play stands.
Like you mentioned, that pocket was collapsing on him. He was able to step up, basically throw a dart through a keyhole to Gontarek. Not like the penalty is going to be against East Stroudsburg. Officials indicating that it's going to be a holding.
Going against Jameer Crumpton, the defensive back, with the holding penalty. Now just 4 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Crumpton, also a special team standout for this East Stroudsburg team. In 2019 season, had 2 blocked kicks. So this is something that you see this East Stroudsburg team, they're able to do some different things as far as their special teams unit is concerned. And when you're able to have those type of momentum plays out of that area of your team, that's going to keep you in a lot of ball games.
First down, 10 from the 45. Bajent takes this. There, they won't get the snap off. That's the final play of the first quarter. 7-0 Shepherd. The clock was running as soon as it was spotted. So that does it for the first quarter. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake in Maryland several summers ago, and we've gone back every summer since. La Bella Vita is owned by Martinsburg residents who've meticulously decorated and furnished this amazing mountaintop vacation home with breathtaking lake views that is only 2 hours away, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a fireplace, a large family room with an 85-inch TV, a hot tub, and multiple decks. There's lots more of the La Bella Vita experience to enjoy, including Deep Creek Lake itself, a 3,900-acre lake with 69 miles of shoreline. It's a great combination, and it's waiting for you. So take it from somebody who's been there multiple times. You are going to love staying at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales or call 301-750-2182.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium. Shepherd with a 7-0 lead. Bajent looking to throw here and nearly intercepted. A great pass break up there by KJ Khalil Scott coming in and making that pass break up. 7-0 Shepherd, 14:54 to go in this at the end of this first quarter. As we begin the second quarter, our first quarter was brought to you by Milestone Realty and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Rams have a second down and 10 to begin this second quarter now after the incomplete pass, but a great break on the football there, Travis, and now looks like a sideline warning against Shepherd as they throw the flag.
And like we've mentioned before, it's kind of a shallow sideline over there, so the get-back coach is going to have his hands full over there pretty much every game, is trying to keep guys back from getting too close to the action. Like you mentioned, Khalil Scott making a tremendous play out there, locked up one-on-one in coverage, making a good play on the ball. And those are the type of plays that East Stroudsburg can't afford to not capitalize on. They're going to need every break in the game to try to stay with this Rams team.
Bajent pulls it out from Schwartz, throws just too far and out of reach, intended for Josh Gontarek.
And Abanyanju almost snatches Gontarek's jersey off on the play. That's a pretty good argument. It's a pretty good argument. You go over to the referee, he's like, look, my shoulder pad is hanging out.
And it still is. He's like, hey, I need some help.
Like we mentioned, we usually say these PSAC referees have let them play this year. They don't call unless it was egregious, and I'd have to say that was pretty egregious. I mean, you snatch a guy's shoulder pads out of his jersey.
Yeah, hard to argue against that one, but no call there from the official. So third down and 10 from the 45. Bajent looking to throw again, looking deep. for Ryan Beach. He's wide open, but he lets it slip through his hands and incomplete. That would have been 6. Ryan Beach is outrunning anyone on any defense, but couldn't haul it in. Watson was back there, but he had the angle, and the Rams just missed the touchdown there.
And East Stroudsburg able to hang around, and you see that this Rams offense, sometimes they can get a little pass happy and go one-dimensional, and that's allowing East Stroudsburg to hang around. When the Rams are able to pound that football, usually open things up, but when you have that RPO action built in, you get a young gunslinger at the quarterback position, he's going to see the guy that's open most of the time.
Wobbly punt here as it bounces around the 20-yard line down to around the inside the
And the problem
15.
may have been the sun. Ryan Beach had to look back into the sun on that play. You look on that play, his counterpart, Reese Davis, was looking up, and you can see he was able to wave his guys away because he wasn't able to get a clear look at the ball himself. So, no, Ryan Beach, Reese Bender. So Reese Bender wasn't able to field the punt.
Reese Davis is active today, but he's on college game day. He is not playing in this game.
He's quite versatile.
And I don't think they're coming to Shepherd this year, but maybe at some point. Cirillo in the shotgun. Takes that low snap pitch play. And the Rams just flying to that football. Looked like initially that was going to be a big play for Raheem White.
And it's not many teams that have
Actually,
that
that
kind
was
of,
Angela Vick.
His
jersey was kind of tied up. It looked like a 22.
So not many teams have the speed to get to the edge on this Rams defense. I mean, that's a tall order to ask any running back.
Cirillo adjusting at the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. A flag comes in. It's going to be a false start working against East Stroudsburg. So after a 2-yard pickup on first down, 2nd and 8 becomes now 2nd and 13.
This is not an offensive unit that can move the ball easily. So when you start getting behind the chains like this, it really puts a lot of pressure on you. And to get you out of your element, this is a team that wants to run the ball, pound the rock, and use a play-action pass off of their RPO. When you're lined up that deep, 2nd and 13, it's kind of hard to stick with that game plan. And, again, that's one of the things that makes this Rams defense so good is that they're able to get you out of your game plan trying to change things up. And once you do that, the Rams defense just tightens up on you.
Yeah, they've been trying to get creative with the running game, but it hasn't worked a lot so far. There's a pretty basic play up the middle there, but again, Shepherd all over it defensively. Chris Lane leading the way along with Ponce de Leon, and it looks like Kendall Duckworth was in there as well. Duckworth reestablishing himself on that inside next to Lane, and those two guys probably one of the better inside linebacker combinations in Division II. Duckworth a transfer from Kansas. 3rd down and 11.
Ponce de Leon is always around the football.
Cirillo will roll out to the far side, throw, and incomplete. Wanting Chad Pardon, the intended receiver, but the pass falls incomplete, and East Stroudsburg will be forced to punt. Seven 0 Shepherd, 12:53 to go in this second quarter. Gonteric back deep for the Rams, standing at his own 49-yard line. Nate Reed punts it away. Gonteric will let it go. Took a weird bounce and will roll all the way down inside the 35-yard line to the 33.
It's just hard to get a return set up on a kick like that. It's just hard to predict where the ball's going to come out or how it's going to come out. And if you can't kick it far, kick it weird. You never know. If it's a funny bounce, it looked like Gonteric almost touched that one.
Could also be part of the strategy to try to avoid big returns by Gonteric. And, of course, they're getting good bounces, so why why kick it to him and why potentially set up, some good.
Give him something. Like, why give him something that he's used to? I mean, he's a capable returner, so no reason to make him comfortable.
The second quarter brought to you by Sutton and Janelle and Smallwood and Small Insurance. As Hebron gets the carry. Big hole for Ty Hebron running across the 40-yard line before he is slinged down on the play.
Jacob Keene, again, coming up on the tackle. Coming into today's game, he had 54 tackles so far on the season, 30 of those solo, 5.5 tackles for loss. Also has a sack, forced fumble, and a pass breakup.
Hebron, the running back to the right of Tyson Bajan. First down and 10 from the 43. They'll go Hebron again. Hebron dances in the hole. Good job by McCarthy to come from behind and make that tackle. As it looked like if he didn't, Hebron maybe was able to get it to the next level.
And that's tough because how the Rams like to use that RPO action once they notice that that defensive end is going to go crashing down. Like we mentioned, Bajan, he doesn't run the ball often, but he is a smart and savvy quarterback, so he's going to recognize that as well. He sees that defensive end crashing down, he's going to pull it and have the option to either run it himself or throw the ball downfield.
4-yard pickup. Move the ball to 47, second down and 6. They'll run Hebron to the left side. Hebron, nice patience into East Stroudsburg territory. Cuts it back, but he did step out of bounds. And around the 35-yard line of the Warriors, a nice run by Ty Hebron. And we talked about it. They went away from the run for a while there. And it seems like Shepherd early on now can run this ball against this East Stroudsburg defense, which will open up more for the passing game. It's a 1st and 10. They said he stepped down at around the 40. So the Rams will take over from there, or will continue this drive from there, with Ronnie Brown now in the backfield.
I mean, because you have a couple different running backs, a couple different running styles. There's no reason to use those guys. And it almost seems like their hand has to be forced in order for them to run the football. There's no reason to be so reluctant. You have good guys to hand the ball off to.
Brown the back to the right of Bajan on 1st down and 10. Bajan to throw again. Under some pressure from the blind side. Throws it incomplete through the hands of Greg Leonard, hitting the turf. Good job by Bajan to extend that play, but could not complete that pass.
So Ronnie Brown doing all he can as far as pass protection. Not a bigger running back, so he's going to come up. He was able to buy Bajan a little bit of time, just enough for him to get outside the pocket and make something happen. But Ronnie Brown, only 5'11", 178 pounds. It's going to be tough for him to try to pick up some of those inside blitzes, but on that one, he was a willing blocker. That's something that we've seen as he's been used more and more on the offense, that you can trust him out there on passing downs, that he's going to come up and block the right person on blitz pickup.
They'll pull it out, and a great pass deflection there, broken up on the play, but a flag coming in. A flag coming in from the secondary. Noah Hambrick flew in and broke that pass up, and that looked like one of the more cleaner breakups we've seen.
I'm surprised that penalty came from the back judge and not the referee on that side, because Hambrick did come up, but he did have that left hand draped across the waist of the wide receiver. So I'm curious as to why the back judge has to make that call, because it seemed like the guy on the sideline was not going to make that call. It was a good call. Hambrick got there a little bit too soon, and he was turning the wide receiver with that opposite hand.
So we'll go against East Stroudsburg, and it is a good call. I agree with you, but we haven't really seen that call.
Yeah,
so it's like
it is true. Like
inconsistencies throughout. I mean, the one earlier was
plus,
probably more obvious.
Yes, it might have been a little bit of a makeup call there, too, because one did get away from him earlier in the day's game.
Fair enough. Ronnie Brown, the back behind Bajan here in the pistol formation. Tyson adjusts at the line of scrimmage. Now Tarek, the receiver, to the far side, pulse to the near. Here on 1st and 10 from the 25. Play action. They'll run Ronnie Brown this time, and Ronnie finds a little bit of room. Gets down inside the 20-yard line to about the 19, a 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And if Gon Tarek's able to get a block over there on that side, Ronnie Brown is still running. They motion him in on that play, and a lot of times they'll do that just to make the defender have to back off a little bit. And it's usually a quick pass to Gon Tarek, but he's a bigger body receiver, so he can get physical in the run game, but he whiffed on a couple guys that time, and Ronnie Brown missed out on a chance for a big play.
Same formation for the Rams as they'll move Wetzel and McCook to the far side. Bajan under pressure again, throwing incomplete. He wanted Michael McCook, but really just kind of wanted to throw that ball away.
I tell you what, in this Rams offense, they're showing a lot of respect to that pass rush from East Stroudsburg. A lot of those plays, it's quick developing plays, quick hitters. They're really not having just your classic drop back and pass the ball and really trying to attack down the field. So they're showing a lot of respect to that East Stroudsburg pass rush, as well they should. When you have guys like McCarthy and Eldridge running after you, you have to be smart and you have to game plan for them. Eldridge, a first-team All-PSAC East selection, so you have to keep an eye on him in the middle. And you got McCarthy working hard off the edge.
3rd down and 4. Eldridge was in on that previous play, providing pressure. Bajan wants the end zone for Gonteric. Touchdown, Rams.
Goes right back at Hambrick. That time Hambrick, nothing he could do. That was just a perfect throw, an incredible catch. And on that side of the field, when he's looking back, he's not looking back into the sun.
Yeah.
So that's just good home field advantage right there. A little bit of football IQ being used on that one. Just a tremendous throw and catch that time. That's unfair. If you're on defense, there's nothing else you can do. That was really good defense. It was just better offense.
Gonteric has been the guy early on in this ball game, having the touchdown earlier, and they're hauling in that back shoulder throw. Hayden August Scriven's extra point is up and good. And with 9:57 to go in the second quarter, Shepherd 14, East Stroudsburg nothing. We're back at 60.
Don't hibernate this winter. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Relax. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium. 9:57 to go as August Scriven kicks it away. Bender will field it around the 6-yard line. Bender gets out to around the 20 before being brought down. Correction on that touchdown reception. It was Jonathan Moss for the Rams going up and making that catch, not Josh Gonteric. A nice catch there, though, by Moss. Mossing the defense.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen much from Jonathan Moss in a few weeks, it seems like, as more guys getting opportunities. And
certainly a log jam at that wide receiver position. That's just a ton of talent and experience in that room.
So Cirillo in the East Stroudsburg offense trying to kind of pick back up and get something going here. Pass over the middle falls incomplete. Antonio Fox in coverage. 9:48 to go in the second quarter. Rams with a 14-0 lead. 21-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for East Stroudsburg.
The fake to Anglovich up the middle, pulling those linebackers up. Akinwande had a little bit of room behind him, but that was a tough catch to make. He would have had to pick that one off the turf.
Well, now the Warriors will spread it out here. Cirillo throwing quickly. Nice hit on the play. It is complete for a short gain.
Ponce de Leon out there taking down Akinwande. A versatile fullback. They've used him leaking out of the backfield. That time lined him up out wide. But I got to think you're the Rams. You're going to take that matchup all day.
Yeah.
Ponce de Leon checking a fullback out on the flat.
And they have good weapons there on the outside. We've seen what Bender can do in the return game.
Parton
has been solid as well. So they just haven't really gotten those guys involved offensively early on in this ball game. 3rd down and 6. Cirillo rolling to his weak side, now comes back to the right, throws downfield, wants Bender one-on-one with McDade, but it's out of bounds and incomplete. And will be 4th down.
There's a flag on the play.
I wonder if it will be holding. It's kind of in that area, but it could also go against Shepherd depending on maybe something happening at the line of scrimmage, but I believe it will be a hold. Yep. Anytime you see a quarterback come back the opposite direction where he rolls out, there's usually a holding. And, it's tough for the offensive lineman because they got to flip their hips usually and then, maybe grab a jersey to prevent your quarterback from getting hit. But the Rams will take back over. Should be pretty good field position. But we've seen Reed have some nice punts at these rugby-style kind of line drive kicks that you don't see a ton of.
So now he's kind of boxed in. He's on the right hash. Wonder if that's going to adjust his approach on this punt.
That's another low kick, but Gonterra can field, and he gets popped around the 41-yard line. Nice hit on the play by Tyreek Lewis.
Tyreek Lewis, that's my nominee for Collision of the Game, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop, located on 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg.
14-0 Shepherd, 8:54 to go in this second quarter. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us. Colin McLaughlin, our executive producer. Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. Our cameraman this afternoon, Matt Miller, along with Harry Brown and Donald Kinney. Bajent will give it to Hebron. Hebron, nice stutter step, bounce it back up the middle. Gets it out to the 44-yard line. Be 2nd and 8.
Paul Carreras coming up, making the hit. The redshirt sophomore had 10 tackles last week, 6 of those solo and a sack versus Shippensburg.
2nd and 8 from the 44. Bajent in the shotgun. Hebron the back to the left of him. Bajent throws quickly, complete. Josh Pulse has it. Again, coming up and making that tackle was Mitchell.
I think Pulse was a power forward in a former life. The way he uses his body to get inside a defender and just shield off the defender so he can make the catch. Just does a good job of using his size and his physicality to create a good throwing lane for his quarterback.
Be about a 5-yard pickup. Be 3rd down and 3 from the 49-yard line. Michael McCook checks in for the Rams. Jonathan Moss, Greg Leonard, the receivers to the far side. Alex Wetzel and McCook kind of lined up here to this near side, and now Moss and Leonard don't know what side they're supposed to be on, and they'll call a timeout. So we'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Shepherdstown, West Virginia, on the campus of Shepherd University. Sun is out here. Another nice day, but a little bit cold, as it does feel like the fall now, as it really hadn't for a while there, Travis.
It kind of got here in a hurry.
Yeah,
it showed up at the Millersville game.
That was the starting point. 14-0 Shepherd, leading here with 7:33 to go in this first half. Bajent and the offense faced with a 3rd down and 3. Bajent will fake it. Quickly throw complete to Greg Leonard in stride, down into East Stroudsburg territory to about the 41-yard line.
And we see what the confusion was about on that play. Haven't seen Shepherd use that formation as kind of a bunch look to the side. We've seen the Rams use a heavier look this game, using a fullback or tight end in a wing position. So they had to call timeout. That was the first time that they used that look. You use that bunch, you're usually able to leak somebody out in the flat, and that time it was Leonard able to get the ball and pick up the first down.
Hambrick making the tackle on that play. They've liked that matchup no matter who he's been on early on in this game. Hebron getting the carry here. Hebron a nice hole, nice juke move, and he cuts it back, diving across the 35.
Flag on the play, usually in the area of a holding.
And Eldridge kind of helping out. He says, going that way. Holding against the Rams. So that will move it back. I'm going to presume that Eldridge was the man grabbed on the play. He's a very talented D tackle, as you mentioned, a PSAC East
first team selection.
Yeah. And, part of a pretty good D line, him and McCarthy, as we mentioned, two really solid defensive linemen. They're a big D line. Eldridge standing there at 6'2", 300. McCarthy, a nice DN, 6'4", 265. They can get after it a little bit, and that was something Coach McCook was a little bit worried about heading in as being a potential challenge for his team. First down and 20 at midfield for the Rams. Hebron the back to the right of Bajent. Bajent throwing again quickly and incomplete, wanting Josh Gonterick. In coverage there was Crumpton.
And Eldridge just presents a different kind of challenge. You think back to last week, A.J. Simon, a taller, rangier interior lineman, was able to get pressure. But you look at Eldridge, just a much more stocky build up front, but still able to get a lot of pressure. Has 8.5 tackles for a loss, including 6.5 sacks this season. So not that often that you see the interior defensive lineman able to pressure and get after the quarterback the way that Eldridge is able to do, which is one of the reasons why he's that first team all PSAC East selection.
Second down and 20. Bajent. Quick pass complete to Josh Gonterick. Down inside the 40-yard line. It will still be the third down for the Rams, as it was second and 20. But now it's a third and manageable third down and 7 from the 37 of East Stroudsburg. Warriors and the Rams going at it here on this Saturday afternoon. PSAC East matchup, a 5-4 East Stroudsburg team. The Shepherd Rams, the number 11th ranked team in the country, 8-1 on the season. Bajent looking to throw quickly, dumps it down in the flat to Ronnie Brown. Run, Ronnie, run. Down inside the 25-yard line before being brought down. And it will be a first down.
Hambrick was in on the tackle. And a lot of times they use Ronnie Brown in a couple of different ways. Sometimes they'll just use that wheel route out of the backfield, which he's very dangerous on. And then sometimes they'll just send him out basically like a swing pass, but it almost has like a screen pass type of action to it because those offensive linemen are able to get downfield. He catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage, which allows those offensive linemen to get downfield and get on their blocks. And that time they just ran a game going against McCarthy, and they were able to get the ball over him and to Brown, so he was able to pick up the first down.
First and 10 from the 23. Bajent, quick pass, looking toward the end zone, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Josh Pulse, the intended receiver. And the Rams have missed a few in this first half. And, 14-0 lead, but it could easily be maybe 21 or 28 if, they were able to haul in some of these passes.
Most of which have come at the expense of Hamburg. He's having a rough first half. As we say, he's getting called off the field. So, yeah, we need to talk about some things. No, he's going over. He has Moss on the opposite side.
Bajent hands off to Ronnie Brown. Brown running horizontally and not finding much room there on that outside.
Looked like Khalil Scott was in on the tackle.
Good job by that East Stroudsburg defense to stretch that play out and not allow a whole lot of running lanes for Ronnie Brown. Second down and 10 for the Rams on the East Stroudsburg 22-yard line. We'll give them a yard on the play, 3rd and 9. 4:40 to go and running here in this first half. Bajan in the shotgun with all of his receivers to the near side. Bajan gives to Ronnie Brown. This time a big hole for Ronnie. Ronnie running down inside the 15.
Shavar Hussett coming up on the tackle, the 5'10", 205-pound junior out of Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
Be another first down for Shepherd. And the Rams with it at the 13, so can pick up a first down without getting into the end zone here. So first down at 10 from the 13.
And they have that matchup that they've enjoyed so far today. They have Moss over there on Hamburg.
Moss and Gontarek, the receivers to the far side with potential one-on-one matchups. Hebron the back here on first down and 10 from the 13. Play action. He wants Gontarek this time in the corner of the end zone, and he can't go up and make that catch. Kind of similar to what we saw with Jonathan Moss hauling it in that time, though, going for Gontarek, and the pass falls incomplete with second and 10.
And you see them, that they're working that corner, so when the wide receivers are looking back, they're not having to look into the sun. So the Rams certainly enjoying some home field advantage, knowing where it's going to be more difficult for those wide receivers to locate the ball, not having to look back into the sun.
Ryan Beach, Jonathan Moss now the receivers to the far side. Hebron remains the back. Leonard the receiver to the near. Bagent looks far side. Now comes back to the right side. Pump fakes, and he'll just tuck it down and a run. Gets a nice block from Leonard and dips out of bounds. On the 4 of the 3. We'll see if he got that first down or not.
That's a veteran group up front for that Rams offensive line. So you're starting to see like why Coach McCook was so worried about the East Stroudsburg defensive front. They're just a good, talented unit across the board. So they're able to get pressure against this Rams offensive line. You can see that they've probably been wreaking havoc in the PSAC with those studs that they have up front.
We mentioned the 5 sacks a week ago against Shippensburg in the pregame show, and of course Shippensburg had some trouble protecting the quarterback when they came here to Shepherdstown, but either way, you know, this is a pretty good D-line here. Third down and 2. They'll throw a slant route caught. Touchdown, Rams, if Leonard held on, and he did.
Looks like they went.
Yep, Greg Leonard with the touchdown.
It was Greg Leonard, but I was just making sure it wasn't poor Noah Hamburg. They got burnt again. This time it was Jameer Crumpton that was the guilty party on that play.
They both had some issues, but, yeah, Hamburg has definitely been the guy they picked on for the most part. Aiden August Scriven on an attempt to point after, with Shepherd now leading 20-0 and 3:11 to go in this first half. August Scriven's extra point is up and good. Shepherd 21. East Stroudsburg nothing with 3:11 to go in this first half of play. We're back at 60 seconds. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
There's nothing like spending a week at the lake. In my experience, La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake is the perfect getaway. Owned by Martinsburg residents, it's only 2 hours away. Whether it's lounging on the spacious deck with amazing views or relaxing in the hot tub, it just doesn't get better than La Bella Vita. With plenty of space for family and friends, this 5-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom home is the perfect luxury mountaintop retreat. Inside, you'll find an extremely well-furnished home that features 2 master bedrooms, an 85-inch TV for everybody, and a fully accessible kitchen and dining area, with everything your entire family will need. Our family enjoyed roasting s'mores at the fire pit in the evenings, and by day, exploring much of the 3,900 acres that makes up Deep Creek Lake. The community has several excellent restaurants and lots of family-friendly activities, and they're all just a short distance away. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor-Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales at 301-750-2182.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. 21-0 Shepherd with 3:11 to go in this first half. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the call. The Rams kick it away. Bender will field it around the 1-yard line.
He's got a lane.
He's got blocking in front, but a good job by the Rams to get off those blocks and make the tackle.
He had a couple good returns to start the game, but the past 2 returns, that Rams unit has got downfield and tackled him inside his own 20. So that's a big win for that Rams special teams unit whenever you're able to bring down a kick returner behind that 20, especially the one the caliber of Reese Bender.
Yeah, and we kind of thought about this during the break, Travis. East Stroudsburg finding themselves now down 21-0. It's been a good effort for the most part defensively, but really the Warriors haven't done much offensively at all in this game. It's going to be tough to come back against this prolific Ram offense as they complete the pass here to Bender on the near side. He's forced to go out of bounds quickly. So Shepherd, when they've allowed plays underneath, they've done a nice job of flying to the football. The running game not going well for the Warriors either, so it's been tough to move the football. Just a 2-yard pickup there. Be second down and 8. Now I formation. So this isn't a team that's really built to come back.
More of a ball control, eat up the clock, play good defense, good special teams.
Cirillo, play action. Throws it back to the near side, complete to Angelo Vick. That's a nice designed play, but again, Shepherd, with its speed, doesn't allow a ton of yardage, and Ponce de Leon able to knock out Angelo Vick short of the first down marker. They've tried some misdirections to get the ball, in particular to Angelo Vick in space, but just Shepherd's been able to contain it. They're just a 4-yard pick, and it will be third down at 4.
This time, Anglovich lined up in the slot over there with Reese Bender. Akinwande, the fullback, in the backfield.
Cirillo will keep running up the middle. Kyle Smith and
I don't think this
Frankie
fullback,
Stevens making the tackle.
Yeah, this fullback didn't do him any favors on that one. Like he didn't
He
run
should
to
have
the
been the
hole.
one leading the play. You would think
like you're running lead, you have to lead him through the hole.
Maybe he didn't know he was keeping it. Maybe he thought they were passing the ball. We got timeout here. We'll take a 30-second break. Shepherd leading 21-0. We're back at 30.
Relax. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs. Don't hibernate this winter. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
Stroudsburg, nothing here. We have a minute 51 to go in this first half. Nick Verzley, Travis Smith here on the call. We got 4th down and 1. The Rams won the football back, so they called timeout. Colin McLaughlin, our executive producer, Matt Miller, Harry Brown, Donald Kinney, our cameraman, and back at the studio, Spencer Dupuis. You'll hear from Spencer in a few minutes here at the halftime, where he'll have some scoreboard update for you from around the country and in the PSAC as well. So a minute 45 to go. Shepherd has great field position here at the 43-yard line. And the Rams executing on their last 2 drives for touchdowns. Bajan connecting with Greg Leonard and Jonathan Moss. 3 touchdown passes for Bajan here in this first half. The first one to Josh Godterick.
And the difficulty for East Stroudsburg, just at this level, like the thing you're looking for is mismatches. And that's just something that they don't have today on the offensive side of the ball. There really is no position.
Bajan wants the deep ball for Ryan Beach inside the 20, and Ryan Beach hauls that one in. The Rams looking to go quickly and get back on that ball.
And speaking of mismatch, you put Beach there on that side. He doesn't have the sun in his eyes. Again, they're attacking Hambrick. But again, like you look at East Stroudsburg, like they just don't have those type of players on the offensive side of the ball where it's like, okay, we have the advantage, we have the matchup. Like they really don't have that on the offensive side of the ball, and it's going to be hard to make plays at this level if you don't have somebody where you can look for a mismatch to take advantage of.
Bajan looking to throw again. He wants Greg Leonard underneath, but the pass falls short of Leonard. Hit him down by the feet. It'll be second down and 10 from the 17. 21-0 Shepherd, a minute 25 to go in this first half, and the Rams once again in the red zone after the big completion of Ryan Beach to begin the drive.
Just a methodical approach today by that Rams offense, just really not trying to force the issue, taking what the defense is giving them, getting back to the running game here in the second quarter, and now just trying to drive one more nail in the coffin.
Bajent looking end zone again, incomplete. Tried to get Greg Leonard. Flag comes in. That should be pass interference, so it moved the ball to the 2-yard line.
Looks like Tyler Watson is going to be the guilty party on that play.
Chance Schwartz was the back, and he is the back here, and they'll probably try to get Schwartz maybe, a nice touchdown run because, well, Shepherd will be set up here.
And Watson just kind of had a look on his face as like, I was beat. What do you want me to do? And that's certainly a...
we'll see if this will be holding or PI. That's kind of the big decision here. 1:21 to go in the first half. It's 21-0. Shepherd leading. And the officials waiting to announce the penalty here. Not certain what is taking so long to announce it. So they called it on
Paul Carreras.
The linebacker. But it is going to be pass interference. So it'll be first down and goal from the 8 due to where the penalty, I guess, was called. There still seems to be some issues here.
Like we were talking about, they haven't called many pass interference this year. They're still trying to work out the kinks.
Yeah, they don't know what the rule is on that. All right, now they'll move it where I thought it would be. Try the 2 or the 3. So that makes more sense. All right, so now it's at the 3-yard line. That makes more sense. First and goal now from the 3. Bajan in the shotgun. The running back to the left is Chance Schwartz. Pulse the receiver to the far side. Beach Gonteric to the near.
That's Walker out there.
That is Walker. They'll look to Walker. Now come back to the near side. Incomplete.
Good defense at the time. Teddy Mitchell coming up to break that
Moss,
play
the
up.
intended receiver. Mitchell's been targeted a lot, but he's been pretty good in space with his tackles, and they're able to break.
He's able to hold the line.
That pass.
Yeah, the 6-foot, 180-pound grad student from Red Bank, New Jersey.
Second and goal now from the 3. You still have Schwartz in the backfield. McCook coming in now. I would expect Schwartz to get this carry. He's been their power back all season, and they'll give it to Chance Schwartz. Nice hole, but it's filled quickly by that big East Stroudsburg D line, which could be why they've really avoided the running down here, because they got guys that can stack it up. That one leading the charge was Albert Gale, 6', 280-pound junior from Easton, Pennsylvania.
And usually this is money time for McCook. When they put him in down here, that's where he got his 3 touchdowns earlier in the year, so it could be his number coming up here pretty soon.
They go quickly into the flat, incomplete. Not looking for McCook, but he was a receiver out on a route as they tried to hit the tight end, Matt Bettarelli. But pass was knocked away, so 4th and goal from the 2-yard line, and Shepherd will kick the field goal, and I think probably be a little bit disappointed with that, considering they were right on the doorstep.
Looks like they're trying to, try some new things out in today's game. They feel like they're in control. The defense is doing their job, just trying to find some new things on offense.
So this will put them up 24-0. Aiden August Scriven's field goal is good. 24-0 Shepherd, 34 seconds to go in this first half. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back with more. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
But it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium. It's 24-0 Shepherd after a Hayden August Scrivens field goal. 34 seconds to go in this first half. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us for Rams football action on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. And the Rams having some good plays on that last drive, starting with the Ryan Beach reception. That set them up at the 17. Got the penalty. Got down to the 2, but good job by East Stroudsburg to hold. And now here's the squib kick. And taking some good bounces for Shepherd, and the Warriors are stacked up at around the 16, 17-yard line. So we'll see here. It should be Shepherd, or it will be Shepherd football to begin the second half as the Rams deferred already with a 24-0 lead here on East Stroudsburg. And with this field position, I don't expect much out of the Warriors, but again, you're down 24-0 at this point. You kind of need some points before halftime, especially with that Shepherd offense taking back over. But also you don't want to force something and get a turnover. So it's a tough situation here for the Warriors. With Cirillo in the pistol formation, he will look to throw, slinging it to the near side. John Cheney in coverage. He makes the tackle. Well, doesn't make the tackle as it's shed off. Nice play there by Eli Lavarin to avoid Cheney and then keep going. Clock will roll now. Under 10 seconds now. So didn't really make sense to throw it if you're just going to let the clock roll out anyway. But 24-0, Shepherd on top. For some reason the scoreboard says 25. That must have been an accidental point added there. But that does it for the first half. And Travis, what are some of your initial thoughts?
Well, the Rams are coming out and they're taking care of business. This was a game that they easily could have overlooked, just thinking about possibly playing Slippery Rock, and they haven't done that. They've come out on offense. They kind of got away from the formula a little bit when they started getting a little bit pass happy, and East Stroudsburg was able to hang around. But once they decided to incorporate that running game, they really put some distance in between themselves and the Warriors. So once they were able to do that, showing some different looks, you can see the Rams are using some different looks on offense, just trying to dust some things out, try them out in live game action against a good defensive unit too. So you have a chance to get a good live look. The defense is just taking care of business. This is the type of game that you really want this defense to try to gain some confidence on. We know that they have the individual talents out there. We know that they have the individual talents out there. Can they play together as a unit? And that's something that they've been able to accomplish so far today.
24-0 Shepherd here at the half. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the Mansion Freddy halftime show. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Don't hibernate this winter. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Don't get left out in the cold. Call Roach Energy at 304-263-3329 for your propane and oil needs.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We're at the half. Time for a scoring recap, stats and analysis, scores from around the PSAC and Super Region 1, the Division 1 Top 25, and the latest on the West Virginia University Mountaineers and Marshall University Thundering Herd. Let's get it started as we go back to the field and rejoin our TV10 broadcast team.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium here at the half. Shepherd 24, East Stroudsburg nothing. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the halftime show. Brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Travis will look back at that first half. Shepherd able to take the lead on its first drive of the ball game on that touchdown pass to Josh Gontarek, which probably one of our nominees, I think, early on for the electrifying play of the game. Gontarek able to make that nice cutback and then get the early 6-0 lead for the Rams. And then the second touchdown, Jonathan Moss able to haul it in on a nice back shoulder throw. The Rams going up 14-0. And then the final touchdown there before halftime, caught by Greg Leonard about 4 or 5 minutes ago in that first half, and Shepherd leading 21-0, and then on their final drive of the first half, settling for the field goal, which was good by Hayden August Scriven. So 24-0 Shepherd, and really we've seen a complete performance. The special teams unit doing a great job setting up poor field position for East Stroudsburg, and the defense playing well as well, and of course the offense doing what it does pretty much every week.
Yeah, and the most important thing that they're able to do so far here in the first half is that they're able to try out some new looks, and that's something that you really want to develop as you're going into postseason play, because teams are going to have access to a ton of game tape on you. So they're going to see what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are over the course of an entire season. So if you're able to show them some new stuff, or on your own accord, work out some new things going in to that postseason play, that's only going to be even better for you, because you're able to go out there, like we mentioned, going against a good defensive unit, get some live looks for some of your new stuff. So see if that's going to be something that can help you down the road. And like you mentioned, this was the type of game that this Rams defense needed. There's really nothing on that East Stroudsburg side of the ball that's going to challenge them. So what you want them to do is go out there, tackle well, get after the quarterback, and just not allow them to get into the end zone. I think that will be huge if this Rams defensive unit was able to come away with a shutout today. That's just overall just as a confidence boost, because they've had some tough sledding so far this season, going up against some very talented quarterbacks during the course of the season. So not that Jake Cirillo isn't a talented quarterback, but it's just they don't have the matchups on East Stroudsburg's side that's really going to threaten that defensive unit for the Rams. So they're able to go out there, play their style of football. They're flying around. They're fast, and they're also disciplined. That's one of the things that you just enjoy as a football fan, just how they're able to fly to the ball, but they also do a good job of staying home. So it just really puts a lot of pressure on the offense to try to come up either A, with a matchup, or just trying to find some type of creative scheme that's going to give you a brief advantage from time to time.
Yeah, just some quick team stats for you. 3 first downs for East Stroudsburg in that first half, 17 for Shepherd. 26 plays ran by East Stroudsburg for a total of 81 yards. Shepherd ran 41 plays in the first half for 310 yards. So it has been tough for East Stroudsburg to move the football in this first half of play. And the Rams defense doing a great job flying to the ball and, making some plays to make it tough on East Stroudsburg. And obviously, not the situation when you want to be in, down 24-0 at the half. And, of course, Shepherd getting the ball to start the second half as well.
Shepherd getting the ball, so you know that they're going to be going for the jugular here on that first drive. And that's just putting, not that anybody's really built to come back from a deficit like this, but you could just tell this East Stroudsburg team, the way they're built is that they want to be ball control on the offensive side of the ball, play great defense, and have their special teams there and make some big plays for them. And it's just in a matchup going up against a team like the Rams, you're going to have to score points. It's like you're not going to be able to box them in or take the air out of the ball and play a low-scoring game. Like, you're going to have to score points to beat this Rams team, and just East Stroudsburg is not built for that kind of game. And you mentioned some of the offensive stats for East Stroudsburg. The one that jumps off the sheet to me, 1 out of 7 when it comes to third down conversions. That's just tough.
All right, we'll take a quick 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, Spencer Dupuis will have his scoreboard update. Then he'll send it back to us, and we'll get you kind of all of the stats in the first half. But this is the Mansion Freddy halftime show on TV 10. Shepherd with a 24-0 lead. We're back in 2 minutes.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward. Welcome here into the TV10 studios in Martinsburg for the halftime scoreboard show brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-579-8862. We'll start you out here with some PSAC scores. At halftime, Edensboro leads Clarion for a score of 10-3. In the second quarter, Mercyhurst leads Gannon 14-6. At halftime, Bloomsburg all over Millersville 38-14. Also at halftime, IUP up 21-3 over Seton Hill. And this one, obviously, at halftime, Shepherd up all over East Stroudsburg 24-0. At halftime, Kutztown down to Kutztown is losing to Westchester 14-7 and getting going just in the first quarter now as Shippensburg has a 7-0 lead over Lockhaven early in that one, and there's no score reported so far as just getting going about 25-30 minutes ago as Slippery Rock faces Cal U. That's a big matchup for where to determine if that game next week that Shepherd plays will be played against Slippery Rock. But again, score at the half for Shepherd up 24-9 over East Stroudsburg. Check around the state of West Virginia Division I scores at 3:30 p.m. The Mountaineers face off against the number 11 Oklahoma State Cowboys, trying to make it back-to-back weeks where they knock off top 25 ranked opponents. It'll be a tough one there in Morgantown, but the Mountaineers are trending upward after a few losses. They are now put 2 wins together, looking to make it 3 today. That's a 3:30 kickoff, and turn over to Talk Radio WRNR after this Shepherd game's over to listen to that one. Marshall, they get going tonight at 6 p.m. at Florida Atlantic. That's a battle for the lead in the Conference USA's East Division. Now look at the top 25 as a few early games in action so far. Number 1 Georgia just up 19-13 over Missouri. Number 5 Ohio State has a 7-17-10 lead over Nebraska. Number 9 Wake Forest has a 3-point lead over unranked North Carolina, 24-21. Number 16 Ole Miss 24-0 over Liberty. That's at halftime. Halftime as well has unranked Illinois over number 20 Minnesota 14-0. Upset alert for Minnesota. And unranked Duke up 19-17 over number 25 Pitt with 6:01 left in the second. Top games getting going later today. Number 3 Michigan State travels to Purdue at 3:30. Also at 3:30, number 6 Cincinnati hosts Tulsa. Number 10 Notre Dame hosts Navy at 3:30. At 3:30 as well, number 12 Baylor heads to TCU. And one of the few ranked matchups this week, number 13 Auburn travels to number 14 Texas A&M. That's at 3:30 as well. And 2 more 3:30 games. Number 15 BYU hosts Idaho State. And final 3:30 game, number 21 Wisconsin travels to Rutgers. Rutgers trying to get bowl eligible again. It needs 2 more wins to get bowl eligible this season. Looking to get bowl eligible for the first time in a few seasons. At 4 p.m., number 17 Mississippi State travels to Arkansas. Also at 4 p.m., number 19 NC State travels to Florida State. Then tonight at 7 p.m., unranked LSU at number 2 Alabama. Also at 7 p.m., Tennessee at number 18 Kentucky. 22 Iowa at Northwestern. Boise State at number 23 Fresno State. 7:30 number 4 Oregon at Washington. 7:30 has unranked Indiana at number 7 Michigan. And 11 p.m. game tonight in the Mountain West, number 24 San Diego State at Hawaii. And that does it for the halftime extra point scoreboard show, or halftime scoreboard show, brought to you by Home Helpers, Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-579-8862. We'll send it back out to Rams Stadium after this break for second half action of Rams football, as once again the Rams have a 24-0 lead over East Stroudsburg on Military Appreciation Day.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Berkeley Medical Center is the first hospital in West Virginia to acquire Surgical Theater's 360-degree XR visualization platform for neurological surgery. Surgical Theater provides a new way to take an immersive look inside the brain and spine that can be used for patient engagement, preoperative planning, and intraoperative visualization. Dr. Jonathan Sherman with the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute is the first neurosurgeon in West Virginia to offer this revolutionary platform. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the ridgelines make it. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium. Here at the half, Shepherd leading 24-0 over East Stroudsburg. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here at the halftime show, and Travis will look back at some first half stats. The Rams leading on almost every category. Ty Hebron leading the way for the Rams on the ground with 6 carries for 40 yards in that first half. Ronnie Brown, 3 carries, 16 yards. Pagent with a few nice runs, 2 carries, 13 yards for Shepherd. On the East Stroudsburg side, it's been tough to get that ground game going. Cirillo with 4 carries for 20 yards, and Angelovic 9 carries, 15 yards. So not a great first half for East Stroudsburg on the ground. 13 carries for 35 yards as a team. Shepherd 12 carries for 70 yards. And obviously, East Stroudsburg, a team that likes to rely on their running game to set up some things in the passing attack. And if they're not able to do that, they're going to struggle. And we've seen that through the air in this first half. Cirillo 7 of 13, just 46 yards passing. Shepherd with Tyson Bajent 15 of 29, 240, and 3 scores in that first half. So just completely different first halves offensively between these two teams.
And that's something that we've talked about throughout the season, is that's one of the things that this Rams defense is this Rams team is able to do, is to get you out of your original game plan, because they're just able to score points in bunches. And it comes so easily that you really put the pressure on the opposing offenses. Are you going to stick to your original game plan, or are you going to try to change things up and try to start chasing points? And that's when you really play into the hands of that Rams defense. So right now the Rams have the Warriors right where they want them, just thinking about changing up their game plan, just trying to speed things up. And that's when that Rams defense is really playing at its best, when they're able to fly around, send those pass rushers after the quarterback, and let Ponce de Leon and Antonio Fox make plays on the back end. So right now East Stroudsburg, they're just in a bad spot. Injuries on the offensive side of the ball, like they just don't have mismatches that they can look to. And at this level of football, if you don't have mismatches that you can try to take advantage of, it's just going to be hard to try to beat teams on pure scheme alone.
Yeah, and the Shepherd team, we look at some of their mismatches that they've been able to take advantage of. Josh Gonterick, 4 catches, 100 yards in that first half, 49 of them coming on his touchdown reception. Greg Leonard, 4 catches, 43 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Moss, 1 catch for 19 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Beach, 2 catches, 41 yards. Had a nice 40-yard reception right before halftime. Those have been the leading receivers for the Rams. For East Stroudsburg, Reese Bender, 2 catches, 14 yards. Fullback Akinwande, 2 catches, 13 yards. LeVarin, 1 catch, 9 yards. Pardon me. 1 catch, 6 yards for Parton in that first half. Nate Reed, the punter, has been solid for them, but overall, you look at some of the defensive leaders. De Leon with 4 tackles, Chris Lane 4 tackles, Antonio Fox 3 tackles, Keene 5 tackles for East Stroudsburg, Teddy Mitchell with 4 tackles, and Carreras with 4 tackles as well, leading the way for East Stroudsburg. Those first half stats brought to you by Dobson and Associates PLLC, providing all your back office needs, including accounting, payroll, and human resources. They want to be your back office. Call 304-264-0437 or stop by 217 West Burke Street in Martinsburg. And then as we await this second half kickoff, brought to you by Bears Repair, located at 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. For all your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanics of Bears Repair at 304-262-0208. There's only Travis Smith here for the second half. Colin McLaughlin, our executive producer. Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. And then Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, and Harry Brown on camera. Harry fighting through a little bit of an injury. As if you remember, Travis, he got hit pretty bad there on the sideline, but he's fought through it these past 2 nights. And Showing some resiliency. I like it, out of the crew. So, Rams will receive the opening kickoff, 24-0. Shepherd on top. Here's Zane Lewis for the first time today. Zane Lewis exploding across the 35-yard line and now forced out of bounds. So the Rams will have good field position for Tyson Bajan and the offense to begin this second half. As Travis, we look back on it, and, I mean, as we said, pretty much domination for Shepherd in the first half, and looking to continue that here in this second half. Tyson Bajan in the offense with good field position. They'll start from their own 38-yard line. Ty Hebron, the running back.
And again, this is something that the Rams have shown so far today. They're going to have a tight end. They're going to have a fullback in, 2 wide receiver set, who's basically coming out and using a lot of pro sets today, just looking to, polish up certain different parts of the offense that they don't normally use.
Hebron getting the carry, tripped up by Tyler Watson. Brings the ball to the 42. Be a 4-yard pickup, be second down at 6. Bajan sets back up here now on 2nd and 6 for the Rams. High snap. Bajan secures it, gives it to Hebron. Hebron running hard up to about the 49-yard line. Should be about a yard short. Actually, they'll give him the first down there. So Hebron running hard for the Rams' first down.
Just a solidly built running back, 5'10", 180 pounds. And he's had some success versus this East Stroudsburg team. Last time he faced off against the Warriors, he had 8 carries for 111 yards, a touchdown catch, also had a reception out of the backfield for 12 yards. So he's feeling confident when he goes out there versus this group.
Rams put up 75 points in that victory. There's Josh Gonteric making a man miss, getting into East Stroudsburg territory to the 45-yard line.
Again, the Rams using that bunch formation, a tight bunch formation on the left side. You can tell that this Rams unit, they're just looking to maybe polish up some things that they don't get a chance to use that much during the course of the year. Maybe introduce some new things that's going to give opposing defensive coordinators that one extra thing that they're going to have to prepare for. So you see in the Rams, they're making the most of this game. Even though they're in control, they're making the most of it as far as just development during the course of a season.
Ronnie Brown now the running back for the Rams. Bajan looking to Brown on that wheel route. That's been effective all season. Inside the 25-yard line goes Ronnie.
Give the assist to Leonard on that time. Coming in, a little short motion in. They see that they were in man coverage, and that's what they were looking for because they know if they motion that wide receiver and the corner follows, he's in man coverage, and likely the linebackers are going to be matched up in man coverage on Ronnie Brown, and that's a tough assignment when Ronnie Brown's running that wheel route out of the backfield. So, again, just showing some different looks here and there. Leonard motions in. Brown gets out on the edge, able to pick up a big chunk on that play.
Hebron, the back behind Bajan here in the shotgun formation. 1st and 10 from the 23. Bajan handles the snap. Hebron 8 up in the backfield. That East Stroudsburg D-line cleaning it up and making the tackle was Andre Eldridge. But a great job to set that edge initially by East Stroudsburg, force it back inside, and then Eldridge there to make the tackle.
And Tyson Bajan made a heck of a play just to corral the snap.
Yeah.
Looked like it came out at a funny angle. He was just able to pluck it out and hand it off to the running back, but still in rhythm. But again, if you give that defensive front for East Stroudsburg just a small jump, you see what they're able to do, making plays in the backfield.
2nd and 15 after the 5-yard loss on the running play, moving the ball to the 28-yard line. Bajan looking to throw here, quickly dumps it down to Hebron. He sheds off a tackler, stays on his feet, runs into his own man, still on his feet somehow. Oh, my goodness, Ty Hebron down inside the 20-yard line. What a run after the catch. Brought down on the play by Shavir Hussett. But finally, how did he keep going? It looked like he was stopped about 3 times on that run, and Ty Hebron making people miss and look silly against him.
Hebron cutting back against the grain, but he had blockers out in front. So why not use them? Again, the Rams using that swing pass. It's almost like a screen because those linemen get downfield, and it's just very tough for a defense to figure out what's going on.
Polson got Tarek, the receivers, to the near side. Play action. They'll dump it down to Walker. Walker, though, still fighting and able to get positive yardage after initially looking like he was going to lose yardage on the play.
And Hussett again in on the tackle. The 5'10", 205-pound junior. Last week versus Shippensburg had 5 tackles for those solo. Also had an interception during the course of that game. And usually that pass goes to McCook. That's a very similar play that they run a lot with McCook when he motions out in the flat that time. But Walker also a big target, 6'4", 250 pounds. So you get down this close to the goal line, that's usually when those tight ends loom even larger.
Bajent, play action, rolls back, fires back to the near side for Wetzel. Did he get a foot in? No, he didn't. Incomplete.
He's trying to plead his case to the back judge, and he's not hearing anything of it.
It was close. I have to obviously see from their angle. From our angle, it looked like a touchdown, but it was hard to tell if maybe a foot was already out of bounds before Wetzel could drag that back one.
It was just tough to get down because he had to go up, and Bajan put a lot of pepper on that ball. He's throwing it back across his body, back across the field, so he's not going to mess around with it. So he put a little heat on that one and just wasn't able to corral it and bring it down in bounds.
3rd down and 9 now for the Rams from the 12. Bajent looking to throw. Throwing for Walker, incomplete, just behind and out of reach of the big tight end, and the Rams will kick a field goal with a 24-0 lead here in this 3rd quarter.
East Stroudsburg again able to stiffen up and rise to the occasion, keeping the Rams out of the end zone, just not able to get much help from their offense. But again, you see the Rams, like, they know this field. They know where that sun's coming from, so they're going for that back corner over there just to try to keep the sun out of their receivers' eyes.
So it will be about a 20 or 19-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. And good. So Shepard, excuse me, that's a 29-yarder because you got to add the 10 yards for the end zone. But either way, the Rams lead 27-0, 10-12 to go in this 3rd quarter. We're back at 60 seconds.
Hi, this is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake in Maryland several summers ago, and we've gone back every summer since. La Bella Vita is owned by Martinsburg residents who've meticulously decorated and furnished this amazing mountaintop vacation home with breathtaking lake views that is only 2 hours away, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a fireplace, a large family room with an 85-inch TV, a hot tub, and multiple decks. There's lots more of the La Bella Vita experience to enjoy, including Deep Creek Lake itself, a 3,900-acre lake with 69 miles of shoreline. It's a great combination, and it's waiting for you. So take it from somebody who's been there multiple times. You are going to love staying at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales or call 301-750-2182. Hi, this is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek.
And here's a lane on the kick return for East Stroudsburg. Still on his feet down inside the 30-yard line. Nice return on the play. Looked to be number 26. Or actually, I think that was Hussett.
Shavar Hussett.
25 on the return.
One of the few bright spots, a much-needed positive play. Give this Warriors offense the best field position that they've enjoyed so far today.
And able to hold Shepard to the field goal while still down 27. It's not impossible, especially after this nice kick return, for East Stroudsburg to make this an interesting ball game. 27-0 right now with 10 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Cirillo, pump fakes, now looking for the double move and incomplete.
So they've shown that look a couple times earlier in today's game, but they had the wide receivers stacked out on the outside, and they've thrown the quick screen behind. They usually have a smaller, faster wide receiver behind a bigger tight end or a bigger wide receiver for that lead block. That time they show that same look again, the pump fake, and they're just trying to slip that big blocker down the field. But again, this Rams team, very disciplined. They do a good job of staying at home. They don't get lost in the shuffle too much.
Dawson Stort, the intended receiver. McDade with the coverage. Here's the down to Angelo Vick. Angelo Vick inside the 15. He steps out. Pena and Chris Lane chasing him down. Nice reception, and East Stroudsburg definitely in scoring range.
See the adjustments that they've made during halftime. That's something you go in. You have a young group out there. You're going to go in there, make some tweaks. What can we do? What haven't we shown them yet? We're seeing right now. They're putting all their chips in on this drive, just trying to get something positive going.
First down and goal from the 9-yard line. Cirillo fakes it, running back to the far side, but good job by Shepard to fly to that football.
Buried
Holloway,
under a pile of Rams.
Robinson, and looked like Addison might have been involved as well.
Everybody.
That's the big three on that D-line, besides Kyle Smith, the fourth guy. Pretty much everybody getting in there on that play. Wouldn't want to be at the bottom of that pile. 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup, or second and goal from the 7. Under 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's a 27-point lead for the Shepherd University Rams. Cirillo in the shotgun. It's a 3-receiver set. Angelo Vick, the back to his right. Quick pass. Complete, I believe, as diving in and making that catch.
Trying to go to the young freshman, Parton.
Yeah, Parton able to make that catch, but a flag coming in here. We'll see. It looks like it's going to go against Shepard.
And he is a tough cover. Even though he's only a freshman, he's a tough cover out there in space. 5'10", 195 pounds.
And as we heard, too, from East Stroudsburg's broadcast team at the half, he was not supposed to play this season. He was supposed to redshirt, but due to injuries, they had to play Parton, and Parton has been solid for East Stroudsburg this season.
He's played 4 games so far this season.
First and goal now after the penalty from the 3. Cirillo, pump play action, rolling to the right, looking end zone. Caught, touchdown, East Stroudsburg.
Akinwande, fullback slipping out of the backfield. It's such a tough cover down towards the goal line. You fake that play action play to the running back. The fullback comes up hard, looked like he's trying to block on the edge, then slips behind the linebacker. Cirillo just does a good job. Probably could have got it to him a little bit quicker on that play, but he wanted to make sure he got a good throw off to his fullback, and Akinwande was able to do the rest.
Channel his inner Michael McCook.
Yeah.
Both number 47, so those guys are dangerous near the goal line. Bartholomew's extra point is up and good. 27-7, 8:28 to go in this third quarter. We're back at 60 seconds.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Shepard with a 27-7 lead here, 8:28 to go in this third quarter. After the East Stroudsburg Warriors get on the board, have a nice kick return to set up the drive, and then get the touchdown to now trail by just 20. Plenty of time to go in this ball game. Shepard will take back over now on its own 25-yard line. If you wonder, maybe we've seen Shepherd kind of tries some different things, and I think a lot of it, too, has to do with East Stroudsburg's defense being pretty good, but maybe Shepherd goes back to more of its normal looks to try to put this thing away, because you certainly don't want to try too many new things and then allow a team like East Stroudsburg to get some momentum and get back into this ball game.
Certainly want to maintain that control. You don't want to get into a dogfight here late in the game.
Bagent in the shotgun formation. Send Alex Wetzel in motion. And he'll throw quickly over the middle. Josh Gontarek has it in space, and he is dangerous. Gontarek across midfield. A blocker in front with Jonathan Moss. Cuts it back at the 30 and just got tripped up by the ankles.
Teddy Mitchell there once again.
He is the savior on that play, and he is hurt as well. He was already kind of down on the field, but knew he had to make a last-ditch effort to make that play, because if he didn't, Gontarek might have taken that one all the way. Teddy Mitchell, though, with another nice tackle in the secondary, but unfortunately for him, he is down.
Just the Rams wide receivers have just been feasting over the middle so far today. They've been able to get inside leverage with impunity so far today. And really, East Stroudsburg really hasn't had an adjustment for that.
Yeah, let's take a 30-second break here with the injury. 27-7 Shepherd, 8:15 to go in this third quarter.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Welcome back. After the injury, Shepherd still at the 27-7 lead. Chance Schwartz in the backfield, Bagent in the pistol. Big 48-yard reception by Josh Gontarek. They'll turn around, give it to Chance Schwartz this time. Schwartz, though, tripped up quickly. Nice job by that D-line. Ryan Heber leading the way, the 6'2", 225-pound redshirt sophomore, kind of getting nice leverage, got low, got skinny in the hole, and made the play.
And the Rams, that's been their bread and butter running play for many years here, running just a basic zone up front. Again, they don't have big maulers up front on the O-line, but they are athletic and they are intelligent, skilled linemen. And that's one of the reasons why they run that zone and they run it effectively. But, again, this East Stroudsburg front seven, they're a pretty salty group.
1 yard loss on the play. Bagent pump fakes, throws over the middle, caught Ryan Beach, touchdown Rams. Beautiful post route by Beach. He gets behind the secondary, and the Rams get 6 to go up 33-7.
Tyler Watson, this is a game where I believe he's going to want to throw away the game tape because he's just had some bad plays on the backside. Not that you want your free safety matched up on a player like Ryan Beach one-on-one, but he just got cooked on that play.
I think it started, too, with that little pump fake by Bagent. Probably froze the safety and then kind of allowed Beach to get open and score the touchdown. Hayden August scriven on to attempt the point after. Good hold, good kick. And the Rams with a 34-7 lead, 7:12 to go in this third quarter. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
34-7, Shepherd, 7:12 to go in this third quarter. This third quarter brought to you by Orsini's Home Store and Smallwood and Small Insurance. This time much better coverage on the kickoff return by the Rams. And will be not as good field position. It's like Keyshawn Haley, the man on special teams, making that tackle. 1st and 10 here from the 15 for East Stroudsburg. 7:07 to go in this third quarter. The Rams with a 27-point lead. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the call. Colin McLaughlin, our executive producer. Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. Matt Miller, Harry Brown, and Donald Kinney on camera. Cirillo looking to hand it off here once again. At this point, East Stroudsburg down 27. Been tough to get any stops on Shepherd, so continue to do what you do, trying to get better and maybe have some success in the second half that you can build on.
Well, and they came out the right way. They got the big kick return. They were able to get down there, punch it in, doing some of the things that they like to do. So, I mean, you made some adjustments. You've had some success. And it's certainly something that you can build on. But when you go into a season when you're having so many injuries at key positions, it's just tough to overcome that when you're going up against a top-caliber opponent.
Cirillo looking deep down the far sideline, just outside the outstretched hands of Eli LeVarin. Cirillo's had some moments where he's shown his arm strength.
And you look at him, he looks more like your classic pocket quarterback. Like we mentioned, 6'4", 235, so he certainly passes the eye test, has a big arm. But he's also not afraid to pull it down and be a factor in the running game, using that big frame to try to break some tackles and make some plays. So he's doing everything that he can, and it's just tough when you don't have those type of matchups on the outside that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, kind of similar to like a Josh Allen type play style. 3rd down and 8, Cirillo rolling out and throwing incomplete, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, not a polished quarterback where he's going to beat you with precision and things like that, but it's just he has the big arm.
And he doesn't have the Allen arm, obviously. Yes. But, I mean, in terms of being able to run a little bit and throw the ball effectively, you can kind of see that similar play style.
Yeah. And certainly
being a bigger quarterback.
I don't say certainly in stature, because 6'4", 235, and he's had success, like we mentioned. He's a 3-time second-team All-PSAC East selection. So he's had success during his career.
Gonteric will let it bounce out of bounds. The Rams will take back over offensively, and Tyson Bajan in this offense having their way, especially through the air. Bajan recording now his 4th touchdown of the afternoon. He's getting all of his receivers involved as well. Moss, Leonard, Gonteric, and Beach now all have a touchdown.
Beach was a dude because he's had a couple where he almost had a shot at getting it, but he's coming up a bit short. So I think it was something that we got to get Beachy a touchdown.
Maybe now Josh Pulse gets one. Right? He's out, or maybe we get the tight ends. Who knows? But the Rams,
McCook's pointing that out. The 4-7 coach, give me the ball.
Only in the red zone. Ronnie Brown with the carry. Down inside the 45 before being thrown down for the Rams. Another nice run by McCook. Noah Hambrick in on that tackle. Or a nice run by Brown, thinking about McCook.
We mentioned him. He's coming in. Said he's got the range to take it in from 40.
He says 41 yards out. It's my time. He has had some decent receptions over the last few weeks, used as a player in space. Ronnie Brown to the right of Bajan here. And they'll give it to Ronnie. They'll run to the outside. Ronnie Brown running inside the 25, inside the 20, down inside the 10. Ronnie Brown, if he gets to that edge, it is very tough to stop him and showing that speed once again.
Tell you what, he just hitched his wagons to big Joey Fisher, the offensive lineman. He just literally comes up, grabs a handful of jersey, and lets that big guy lead the way. And that's a pretty smart move. He's going to open up ways for you. And Brown able to turn on the Jets and get out to the sideline and pick up a big gain. But usually an exciting play whenever Brown gets his hands on the ball. He can make his presence felt in the running game and in catching passes out of the backfield.
First and goal now from the 10-yard line. 5:15 to go in this third quarter. Shepherd leading by 27, 34-7 here. Bagent throwing quickly, end zone touchdown, Shepherd. Greg Leonard with his second touchdown reception of the day. And the Rams extend that lead to 47. Just can't seem to stop the Rams in the middle of the field, Travis.
I don't know if you go to some type of – you're going to have to change up what you're doing on the back end, obviously. So I don't know if just putting a single high safety is going to help you out with that, because that's going to open up things on the outside. So it's certainly a case that you're going to pick your poison. A lot of times you hear that phrase, it's usually between run or pass. But in today's game, it's, do you want me to beat you outside on the pass, or you want me to beat you down the middle on the pass?
Hayden August, Scrimmons extra point is good. 41-7 Shepherd, 5:05 to go in this third quarter. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. Shepherd with the 41-7 lead. Bagent throwing his 41st touchdown of the season, and that is a new single-season record. What else is new? Tyson Bagent holds a record, and Shepherd in the passing department. And with 5:05 to go in this third quarter, East Stroudsburg will take back over and get that ball out to around the 25. Bagent, I believe, last week moving to all-time completions leader at Shepherd, along with a few other accolades continuing to move up. So, clearly one of the best, if not the best, quarterback to ever come through this program in terms of what he's accomplished. Travis, you would probably know a little bit better than me in terms of the history of the position, but there's been some good players, obviously holding those records for a while. But
I think it's going to be safe. It's safe to be said when it's all said and done, Tyson Bagent's name is going to be at the top of the list.
Fox couldn't make the initial tackle, but then Shepherd flying to the football to make that play on Brandon, the receiver.
I mean, it's just been a program built around him, and it's just a testament to his work ethic. You saw it as a high school player. He continued it into the college level.
And we'll see. He's a redshirt junior. He has that extra year of eligibility. If he wants to, he can come back and finish his career at Shepherd, but he might be a guy that could go up to FCS if he wants and try it out. I mean, he's certainly got a lot of talent. He's accomplished a lot here, but first wanting to finish this season the best he can, as that is a sack for the Rams. Malik Holloway, the first man there, Kyle Smith and Robinson joining the party as well. And the first sack of the day for Shepherd.
And that's the thing. You see East Stroudsburg trying to go to a double move to try to go for a bigger play downfield. The only problem with that is double moves require a little extra time in the pocket, and that's something that Jake Cirillo hasn't had today. East Stroudsburg has done a good job of trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit more time, but now it's just you're in a situation now where you're having to pick up chunks of yards, which means you're going to have to drop back. It's going to be slower developing routes, longer plays, and that's just where this defensive front of the Rams really begins to take over a ball game.
And Cirillo under pressure again. This time that he stands strong in that pocket and finds a man on that far side. But I believe it will still be short of the first down marker.
Like you mentioned, they had a shot to bring him down, but it's going to take more than a stiff breeze to bring down Cirillo. Stands tall, 6'4", 235 pounds. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's definitely shown some signs of being a pretty decent quarterback for this team, 4th down and 5, and that's why maybe numbers can be a little bit deceiving. We've seen, some good stats by the backup as well, and Cirillo's a guy that, has the right build and also has, a lot of different things he can do for your football team. It's a low punt from Reed. Gontarek fielding at the 24. He's dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands, but only out to the 25 now. With 2:50 to go in this third quarter, Shepherd with a 41-7 lead. Bajent back on the field for the Rams.
And not only do you see the numbers that Bajent's able to put up, you're still seeing him mature as a quarterback. Earlier in the game when he throws the pass to Beach where he's able to manipulate safeties just by using his shoulders, using his eyes, able to move those pieces around on the chessboard. And that's just something that you see this next level quarterbacks doing when they're beginning to master their craft and hone their craft, is when they're able to make just those small adjustments, but it really impacts how a defense is going to play and is opening things up for his targets.
Bajent complete to Gontarek inside the 50-yard line.
And it's just tough. What are you going to – in order for you to stop it, you're going to have to jam them on a line them up inside, and then you're basically just leaving it wide open down the sidelines, which you already know that they're going to be able to beat you at. It's just a tough situation for the East Stroudsburg defense to be in.
Down to the 46-yard line, 41-7 Shepherd. Hebron, a little bit of room.
Say Eldridge with the stop up front. That big defensive line still playing tough. And that's something that you want to see as the game is beginning to get a little bit more lopsided as a coach. You want to see who's still competing, who is still going to be the guys that are going to fight for you no matter the circumstances out there on the field. And that's something that the East Stroudsburg defense has shown, that they're going to stand and fight for you the whole game.
Bajent throws incomplete. He wanted Alex Wetzel. In terms of completion percentage, it might not be the best day for Tyson overall. They've thrown it a lot, but he's definitely had his way when necessary. Just a few passes sailing on him a little bit. 3rd down and 6 from the 42. But anytime a guy has 5 touchdown passes,
it's a good day at the office.
Yeah. I think they'll take it.
Yeah.
Minute 40 to go in this third quarter. 41-7 Shepherd with the lead. Bajent with Brown in the backfield. Bajent rolling, throwing over the middle, complete once again to Jonathan Moss inside the 35-yard line for another Rams first down.
Man, oh man, the Rams have just dominated in between the hash marks today. And this East Stroudsburg defense, as talented as they are, they really haven't had any answer for that. And again, it's a situation of you're going to pick your poison, because the only way that you're going to be able to get rid of that is play inside leverage, possibly jam them off the ball, and then you're leaving it wide open on the sidelines. It's just a tough spot. One of the things that this Rams offense is able to do is just put you in uncomfortable situations.
So the Rams move the ball to the 31.
Brian Beach moving downfield a little bit too soon.
So penalty backs the Rams up just a little bit here to the 36. 1:02 to go. First down and 15. Shepherd with a nice 41-7 lead. Final minute here of this third quarter. First and 15 for the Rams. Bagent, play action, rolling out. There's Michael McCook underneath. McCook throws a nice stiff arm at the 30, down inside to about the 28-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
A couple flags coming in on the play. We mentioned the stiff arm might have got a little bit too much face mask on that. Also, Watson gave him a good shove at the end of that play.
And so we'll see what the officials rule here. They called on East Stroudsburg. Face mask against Tyler Watson, who's had a rough day.
Oh, McCook using the jab, and a lot of times that happens when you get stiff armed in the face and you're really not able to tackle somebody with good technique.
Yeah.
You're reaching out to get whatever you can, and that time Watson coming up with some face mask. And
stiff arm's always been kind of a tough move because it's like not really fair.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, and they've changed it a little bit that it can be an offensive face mask if there is a grab, which I think makes it a lot better. But Bagent, not certain.
Say between Watson and Hambrick, imagine they're probably going to have a lot to talk about on the bus ride home today. They've had a tough day out there on the defensive side of the ball.
So they'll have to, I guess, reset this clock. About 27 seconds. We'll see what the official rules here. So I think the clock was rolling before it was spotted. Should have been stopped on the penalty. So they'll reset to 36 seconds. Shepherd with the 41-7 lead. First down and 10 from the 14. Now the clock will roll. Bagent adjusting at the line, sending Josh Pulse in motion. Hebron on the back. Nice pump fake by Bagent, and then that pass sailed. Looked a little bit like a miscommunication between him and Greg Leonard. Pass falls incomplete with 19 seconds to go in this third quarter.
You can just tell just a methodical approach today for the Rams offense. They will go up tempo sometimes just to try to put even more pressure on the defense, but today just trying some things out. But still just having a very effective day and just moving the ball, picking up yards in chunks.
Nice to see Teddy Mitchell back on the field for East Stroudsburg at corner. Went down kind of hard earlier. They'll take a shot at Mitchell for Gontarek, and he makes the catch for the touchdown. Just looked too easy on that one for Josh Gontarek and the Rams. It's the 6th touchdown pass of the day for Tyson Bagent, and the Rams lead by 40 and 47-7 with 14 seconds to go.
That's just great time. Just great timing and chemistry between a quarterback and his receiver.
Yeah, and Gontarek has definitely looked really good today against East Stroudsburg. Bagent with 6 touchdown passes. I think they're both probably nominees for our WVU Medicine Player of the Game. Well, a tough decision there. I mean, 6 touchdowns is a lot, but
I said we could make them arm wrestle at the end of the game, but Bagent might have the advantage in that
it's
one.
in the bloodline. 14 seconds to go in this third quarter. 48-7 Shepherd. Will take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with more Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
but it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
48-7, Shepherd on top. They'll return that kick from the 11 out to about the 24. Nick Versleen, Travis Smith here on the call. Colin McLaughlin, our on-site producer. Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, and Harry Brown on camera for today's broadcast. About 9 seconds to go in this third quarter. And a 48-7 Shepherd lead. And then we'll head to the fourth. East Stroudsburg back on the field offensively. Cirillo and the offense with the football. They'll go play action pass. And that pass is incomplete. Intended for Dawson Stort, the 6'4", 245-pound tight end from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. And 5.9 seconds now to go in this third quarter.
You've seen East Stroudsburg use that look several times today. Just a quick play action in the middle, faking the run, and then just a quick throw out to the sidelines. You could tell that the Rams defensive front worked a lot this week on getting their hands up because it's going to be tough to try to get a pass rush on somebody that's getting the ball out of their hands that quickly.
Another quick pass. John Chaney coming up and laying the boom on Eli LeVarin. Short gain on the play will be third down. 48-7 Shepherd. We'll head to the fourth quarter. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Rams with the 48-7 lead here as we begin this fourth quarter. It's a third down, about 7 for East Stroudsburg. Quick pass complete. John Chaney coming up and making the tackle on Angela Vick. Once again, it will be fourth down. Great job by Chaney on the last 2 plays to make nice tackles in space and force them to lose yardage here back to fourth down and about 11.
It's an unusual formation that time by East Stroudsburg. Empty backfield. Anglovich was standing behind the trip side. It looked like it might have been something like possibly trying to set up some type of trick play, but the Rams defense was too quick to the party for anything like that to develop.
Gonteric will field it with one hand, kind of risky move. And now a flag comes in.
It's going to be a block in the back.
So back things up. But don't really see that too often that a punt returner would pick that one up.
Yeah. This unusual punting style. Like we said, he has the rugby style punt where he's rolling out to the right, but he's able to hook it back towards the middle of the field. Kind of cool. I like it. It's going to be difficult to try to set up any type of return off of that. Plus, you always have to be concerned when you have that rugby-style punter, is he going to just keep the ball himself and just try to run it on some type of fake? Because a lot of times they can get lost in the shuffle on a play like that.
Fourth down and 10 on the punt, resulting now to reset the Rams after the penalty. Gonteric picking it up, and the Rams have it now 1st and 10 from the 16 with a 41-point lead. Bajent remains the quarterback for the Rams, and they'll run with Chance Schwartz. Schwartz running hard off the far side. That's about the 18. Be 2nd down.
Schwartz has had some limited success his last time facing East Stroudsburg when he was playing for Lockhaven. Had 12 carries for 53 yards, 4.4 yards per carry.
Schwartz big hole this time. Running out to about the 25, has the 1st down.
Now you're starting to see East Stroudsburg working some of their younger players.
Yeah, I'm sure this will probably be one of the last drives for Bajent and most of the starters offensively. A lot of the receivers have changed. And, of course, Schwartz getting more reps here toward the end of the game than normal. 3rd and 1 here, 13 minutes to go. Schwartz the back behind Bajent. We'll give the Schwartz running up the middle. Just keeps those legs turning and moving that pile, still going. Oh, my gosh. Chance Schwartz, no whistle, and he keeps fighting for the Rams' 1st down.
Schwartz, he's a load, 6'1", 215 pounds. Like we mentioned, the Rams offense just trying to polish some things off, maybe work some things that they haven't get a chance to do so much. And that's one part of the offense is really trying to incorporate Chance Schwartz, the grad student that came over from Lockhaven. Like Ronnie Brown's kind of found his role. Ty Hebron has settled into a role. They're still trying to find a place, the role that Chance Schwartz can help out with this offense.
Schwartz up the middle again.
Just a good old-fashioned power play. Rams had a lot of success running that play at Millersville when Mother Nature kind of prevented them from throwing the ball around the yard the way they would like to. They went to a more power-running game, and that's the play that they prefer to do. They'll have that backside guard. He usually loads up and around. And usually McCook back at the wing will be the kick-out block. And Schwartz, he's just following those two big blockers, just looking for a lane so he can put his foot in the ground and get vertical.
Bajent throws, complete. There's Marlon Cook for his 1st catch.
And a whole lot of flags have been thrown on this play.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been Fisher getting kind of into it with one of the East Stroudsburg D linemen. 4-yard pickup on the play. 2nd down at 6 from the 35. 11:37 to go in this 3rd quarter.
And both teams very quick to pull their respective players out of that. Certainly don't want anything to escalate and possibly have guys suspended for the final game of the season.
So they're going to call it against the Rams and Fisher and bring them back now inside to the 25-yard line. 11:37 to go in this 4th quarter. 48-7, Shepherd leading. Slippery Rock had a nice 21-10 lead over Cal University of Pennsylvania. So if that lead holds, Slippery Rock then would be going to the PSAC championship game next week. And then we'll kind of see who Shepherd ends up playing. Another kind of tie up here on this near side between players on a short run. So it'll be 4th down and 16. The Rams will be forced to punt. Standing back deep for ESU is Chad Pardon. Zone 30-yard line.
Not too often where you see the Rams offense look like they've kind of taken their foot off the gas pedal a little bit, but the game is firmly in hand and no reason to try to force the issue. You've had your way so far. First punt so far today for Shepherd.
Nice kick by Barrick. Fielded right at the 29.
Guys getting a bit chippy here at the end of the game. You're getting thumped on all game. Tempers are going to start to flare here towards the end.
And not a ton of East Stroudsburg fans, so we can kind of hear like individual conversations, which is kind of funny. And just like the fans continuing to get into it here, which I like.
Yeah.
That they made this trip.
Yeah, they made the trip. They're going to get their money's worth.
1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. It hasn't been anything like super aggressive either, which you don't like to see. Cirillo underneath, complete. And fighting forward for the 1st down, Dawson Stort. Corey Schell in on that tackle for the Rams.
But, I mean, this East Stroudsburg team, they're a scrappy team. So only fitting that they're that their fans also bring that toughness to it. Like we said, after today's game, likely going to be a loss for East Stroudsburg, and they're at 500. That will put them at 5-5. They haven't had much success on the road, kind of the polar opposite of what they've done at home. 4-1 at home. They'll probably end up 1-4 on the road today. Oh, Cirillo.
Laying the boom on Kendall Duckworth.
You know what? That's my nominee for collision of the game right there. Brought to you by
I'm going to give it to him right now.
There we go.
We'll hold off for and wait and see, but, I mean, that's a good one there.
Yeah, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced and certified technicians. You can check them out on their Facebook page or give them a call, 304-901-4777.
Our 4th quarter brought to you by Smallwood and Small. Ball coming out, and the Rams will recover. So Shepherd has it now. Kyle Smith coming up with the football, a guy that's usually all over it, and the Rams forcing turnovers doesn't happen a ton, but they're able to force one and recover that fumble and take over now 1st down and 10.
Defense certainly responded. So Jake Cirillo, after lowering the boom, had a little bit too much bass in his voice on that one. They had to bring him back to reality on the very next play.
4th quarter brought to you by the Mirius Group and Smallwood and Small Insurance. 1st and 10 from the Rams now, 39-yard line, a 48-7 lead. Bajent remains the quarterback here for the Rams with 9:13 to go in this 4th quarter. So they'll give it to Ronnie Brown. Nice move by him. He gets down to the 34-yard line. Mitchell in on that tackle again.
Teddy Mitchell has saved so many touchdowns. He's been the last line of defense too many times, I imagine, for the East Stroudsburg coaching staff.
Yeah, and for a corner too, to kind of come up and play a lot in the box.
He is a very physical player.
You don't see that a ton out of corners. Usually, if they're making tackles, they're on the edge. But we've seen a lot of nice plays from Mitchell. He did get beat for a touchdown on that last drive, but he's fought through either a cramp or an injury earlier. So definitely has been one of the standouts for East Stroudsburg in this game. Here's another big hole for Ronnie Brown inside the 25, a 1st down for the Rams.
Shifty through the hole.
And I didn't see Christian Etchison warming up, who's the backup quarterback for Shepherd, before the game. So I'm not certain if he's dealing with an injury. So that could be why maybe Bajent's staying out there here.
I saw him earlier and looked like he was in street clothes.
Yeah.
Earlier.
I think I see him right now still standing there, singling plays in street clothes. So not having him, not having your exact second-string quarterback could, make them want to keep Agent in a little bit longer, and then maybe you get Ball in there late in this game. But under 8 minutes to go, Bagent obviously knowing the offense well and getting the majority of the reps. Here's Ronnie Brown. Oh, man, untouched. Touchdown, Shepherd. Put him on skates, Ronnie, and take it into the end zone, 54-7.
The show so shifty, just quick. Again, that's something that this Rams offense has been able to do successfully here over the past couple of weeks. As the cooler weather has come in, they've gone to the ground a bit more. And being able to close games out using the running game, that's something that you're going to need. Sometimes you're going to need to milk, you're going to be able to milk some clock and keep the pressure off you, keep your defense off the field, take some pressure off your offense, and just make things a little bit easier for you. You're playing with the lead. Sometimes you need to be able to protect the lead.
The extra point is up and is good. And another kind of tie-up between Shepherd and East Stroudsburg here. It'll be a 55-7 game. We have 2 flags coming in. I believe they're going to go against East Stroudsburg based on the Rams' reaction. 55-7, 7:43 to go. Shepherd rolling past this one. We talk about Ronnie Brown, only a sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland. Went to Dundalk High School. So, next year Hebron will be a senior. You'll still have Brown and Hebron in that backfield. Chance Schwartz will be gone, but 2 of those guys coming back for another year.
Avon Holly will be. That's a guy I'm certainly looking forward to see what he can do, getting more carries.
And, of course, A.J. Apple will be back as well. He'll be a junior, living in Pennsylvania kid. So they got a few different guys for that running back position that will still be around, and when we've seen them get carries, they've been productive. So we'll see if this penalty is, and then we'll take our and we'll keep it here because it looks like they're going to go to the kickoff quickly. So offsetting on sportsmanlikes, 55-7, 7:43 to go. So we've seen a little bit of chippiness here late in this ball game, Travis, and that tends to happen as the game gets out of hand.
Well, one thing I definitely like seeing out of East Stroudsburg is that you're seeing some of those veterans up front like McCarthy and Eldridge trying to corral some of those younger players and encourage them and get them out of there. Don't want them getting in trouble or possibly getting suspended. So I do like that. You got your elder statesmen, your leaders, team leaders stepping up and doing their job.
All right. So 55-7, we'll have a different kicker kicking off here, it appears. Well, we don't know who that is. Number 40, we don't have a 40 on the roster. Turning the kickoff for East Stroudsburg was Hussett. Hussett able to get it out to the 26-yard line.
So number 40, Spencer Dupuis, at the kickoff that time.
Could be, for all we know.
There we go, could be.
So we have an injury. Let's take our minute break that we need to get into this fourth quarter. 55-7 our score. We're back at 60.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Whisk. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility, as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium, 55-7. We missed a quick little run there out to the 30-yard line. Second down at about 5. 7:08 to go in this fourth quarter. Nick Versley, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us for Shepherd University Rams football.
Fullback Akinwande back there in the running back position.
And he'll get the carry and get driven back. Again, Bridgman in there. He has been impactful for Shepherd in this ball game. Hadn't seen a lot from Bridgman over the past few weeks, but able to come in there and make the tackle. And now it looks like he might be shaken up on the play.
He's on the bottom of the pile, got rolled up on a bit.
Ponce de Leon immediately trying to get some help from the sidelines because he knew Bridgman was in a lot of pain. He's made a impact today, which especially early, really stopping a lot up the middle, which took away what East Stroudsburg wanted to do, wanted to run the football to set up their pass, and he obviously was able to do that. And
I'm thinking the trainer's going to need a couple of those big burly football players to help Bridgman over. So not unless she's a professional power lifter. She's going to need some help moving Bridgman around.
Yeah.
So far, the East Stroudsburg offensive line hasn't been able to move Bridgman.
Another PSAC score in a game that just ended. Kutztown 21, Westchester 14.
And who's the guy to answer the call? Chris Lane.
He is the heart and soul of this Rams defense. And of course, the lead being the way it is, Lane over there on the sideline, Corey Shell getting a little bit more time, Frankie Stevens. Those two guys, though, really talented as well, just obviously playing behind an All-American. As here's a pass incomplete, nice breakup on the play. Coming up and making that play for Shepherd was Devon Lynch. Or Devin Lynch, I should say. So it'll be fourth down at about 5 as the Rams get another stop, force another punt for Reed, who's had a great day punting. He might be up for Special Teams Player of the Week after this performance. I mean, he's had to do it a lot. Fourth down at 5, 55-7.
The 6'3", 170-pound freshman.
That's
again
a unique kick, but hey, it works. Scott Tarrick fielding at the 35, cuts it back and out to about the 40-yard line.
That's that's tough. You're rolling out to your right. You're going to kick a line drive like back to your left.
It just seems like it should get blocked every time, but it doesn't.
It doesn't, yeah. So you figure as he gets older and a little bit wiser, hopefully put some beef on that frame. Goodness gracious, 6'3", 170 pounds.
Well, he doesn't need it. He's a punter.
It would be helpful.
I suppose. Maybe run some trick plays with him.
Yeah, something.
Washington High School, that is, they ran a trick play last night with their punter, and their punter, I believe, is an offensive or defensive lineman.
There you go. See?
And he was able to get the first down.
Yeah, it's the beefiness that allowed them to run that trick play.
Yeah, so sometimes you need that. Ty Hebron, big hole. And that might not be Hebron. That may be Avon Holly.
No, it's not tall enough for Holly.
Let's see. It is, looks like a 2 and an 8 to me, but maybe not.
You're right. Holly, it is.
I was going to say, because this is not Hebron time anymore, as Jacob Ball is in the ball game as well, 55-7.
He was on the far sideline. He didn't look as tall as he usually looks.
Avon Holly, the big back who runs hard when he gets into the ball game.
6'2".
He is 6'2". Another sophomore. Jacob Ball now in at quarterback. Under 6 minutes to go in this one. Rams with a 55-7 lead. There's the run with Holly. He'll run hard into East Stroudsburg territory down at about the 49-yard line.
Just a smooth running style. When he gets to this point in the game, that's one of the things I look forward to. Is I hope they give Holly some carries. I like watching him run the ball.
Yeah, definitely has some potential. Maybe not as much speed as a guy like Ronnie Brown or even Hebron has, but he does run hard and run smooth. Like you said, Travis, finds good holes and just hits the hole and goes, which is sometimes all you need in a running back.
Those long strides, he's gobbling up turf.
1st and 10 from the 49. Ball will give to Holly again. Nice little stutter step move, but a good job by East Stroudsburg to fly in and make that play.
Hamber coming up making the play. Good for Hamber. He's still in the fight. I like that. He's had a long day. He wants to finish it out the right way.
It's like Paul Karras kind of got him around the ankles, and then, as you said, Hambrick able to come up and clean it up. And while he has had some rough plays in the secondary, he's made some good tackles throughout the game as Hambrick throughout.
Yeah, I mean, this is the proud defensive unit, so this has been a tough day for them. But they're still trying to hang in there, still trying to make some plays.
2nd and 10. 55-7 Shepherd. Ball, play action, rolled to the right, dump it down in the flat, but in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 48. That is
Dustin
for the Rams.
Fisher.
Yes, Dustin Fisher, fullback from Hagerstown, just like Michael McCook is from Hagerstown.
Very similar in stature.
Probably when he was a freshman at Hagerstown. They had a good relationship there and probably kind of mentored Fisher back then and now doing it at the college level. Ball, 3rd down and 10. Pass is complete. Fighting
don't run
hard
back.
Was Malachi Brown, but Malachi Brown then took a shot.
Luckily for him, they're going to give him 4 progress.
That will give Shepherd the 1st down. An East Stroudsburg player down on the play. We'll take a 30-second break, 3:55 to go in this one. Shepherd with the 55-7 lead. This is your Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. Shepherd with the 55-7 lead. Player getting up off the turf, Ryan Hebler on the D lineman for East Stroudsburg. The Warriors trailing 55-7 to the Rams, 3:55 to go in this ball game. Hebler able to walk off on his own power. So 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 39. Malachi Brown making that reception to give the Rams a 1st down. Jacob Ball, the quarterback. Avon Holly behind him in the backfield. They'll go Holly. Holly in a big hole. Holly down to the 30, runs a man over, gets inside the 29, right at the sticks for another Shepherd 1st down.
Just a patient run, picking his way through. Good jump cut, just making the most of his opportunity here late in the game.
3:20 to go now in this ball game. Shepherd with the 55-7 lead. 1st down and 10, same formation for the Rams. They'll go Avon Holly again, and he'll fight forward for a few yards on that carry. Be about 1 yard on the carry, so 2nd and 9 here as the clock hits 2:40 to go in this one. Shepherd with the commanding lead and looking to run out this clock and come away with what will be the Rams' 9th victory of the season, make them 9-1, and then play the final week of the regular season next week. Kutztown getting the win today. Not that it mattered, because even if they lost, Shepherd obviously would have the same conference record. And, of course, the Rams would lose the tiebreaker to the Golden Bears, since the Golden Bears came here and won. So they'll run up the middle. There's A.J. Apple on the carry. Flag coming in from the far side with about 2:01 to go in this fourth quarter. On 2nd and 8, they'll move it back. So the PSAC championship will be held at Andre Reed Stadium in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. But the Rams are still in position to qualify for the playoffs, which essentially is the most important thing, and kind of a unique thing about Division II, as they'll actually move this ball forward. It's a penalty against East Stroudsburg. You don't have to win your conference to qualify for the playoffs. You just have to be a good team. I mean, it's all voted on by the committee. So as of right now, those rankings holding Shepherd as the number 3 seed in their region. Apple remains the back here, minute 45 to go. Shepherd with a 55-7 lead. 1st down and 10 here from the 14.
Now you want to see how your young players are able to finish out the game. One of the things you do want to avoid is penalties. You want to see if they can go out there and play some clean football to close out the game. Keep that clock running, most importantly. But this is that next generation of Rams offensive linemen that are coming up. You look across their front, there are a lot of veteran O-linemen for the Rams. So eventually these young players, they're going to have to step in and be the guy. So certainly to your benefit to get them in at the end of ball games and see how they compete going up against live opposition.
Yeah, I think they've held up pretty well when given opportunities this year. Late in ball games, we've seen some good runs by Avon Holly, and a lot of that has to be credited to the offensive line. 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 14. They'll reset that clock and now roll it back down under a minute 45 in this one. The Rams can start taking their knees and get out here with another victory. Jacob Ball takes that knee.
Ball had an opportunity to make a couple good throws here to end the game. It's always nice. I mean, you want your quarterback, you want to see what he can do, but you don't want to be out there to the point where you're trying to rub it in. But he was able to complete some nice passes over the middle.
Ball is a senior from Williamsport, Maryland. So you do wonder maybe what the future looks like beyond Tyson Bajan. Now, obviously, as we mentioned earlier, he does have another year, so presuming he's back next year, the Rams don't have to worry about that quarterback position for at least another season. But if something were to happen where Bajan were to decide to leave and go to a different program or whatever ends up happening, they don't really have a guy on the roster that we know.
They don't have that heir apparent.
Step up and be that next guy. So that's something that they'll certainly have to probably address through recruiting. But, I mean, really don't have to worry about that right now. Still got a lot to go in this season. And, of course, as we mentioned, Bajan has another year. But Ball will take that final kneel down, give the ball to the official, and the Rams are going to be victorious here at home over East Stroudsburg. East Stroudsburg moving to 5-5 on the season. Shepherd now 9-1 with the 55-7 win. Travis, I mean, this was just a really good performance by Shepherd. Not a whole lot to say was negative about this one. Just pretty much rolled past East Stroudsburg from start to finish.
They did it in all three phases. You knew they were going to take care of business on the offensive side of the ball. Kind of got away from the run a little bit, but once they really settled in and started using that running game, really kind of blew the game open. The defense took care of business, only gave up 7 points today. And special teams, they did a good job today going up against a team. Although they might have had some injuries on the offensive side of the ball, this was a dangerous special teams unit, and Shepherd was definitely able to rise to the occasion and keep those guys at bay on special teams. So, again, all three phases, the type of game that you wanted. Most importantly, as far as we know, no injuries during today's game. That's going to affect them going forward.
Yep, so the Rams get the win 55-7. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the Palace Lounge postgame show. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
It's the postgame show. As we recap the scoring, bring you stats and analysis, scores from around the PSAC and Super Region 1, the Division 1 Top 25, and the latest on the West Virginia University Mountaineers and Marshall University Thundering Herd. Let's get it started as we go back to the field and rejoin our TV10 broadcast team.
The Rams win this one 55-7 over East Stroudsburg. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the Palace Lounge postgame show. Travis, we look back at this game, and, I mean, Shepherd just came out and executed. I wouldn't say, a extremely quick start, got that 14-0 lead, but then, once it was able to build on that lead and get going, especially in the second half, really just put away this East Stroudsburg team, and it was a tough day for the Warriors in all three phases.
Absolutely, and you could tell it was the type of game that Shepherd, they didn't take it lightly, but they did want to work on some things this game. So they broke out some new formations that we haven't seen this year. Then they went back to some formations that they haven't used a whole lot on the offensive side of the ball. And you could just tell this was a game where it's like, let's get things cleaned up. Let's start getting our team prepared for next week and beyond. And that's what they were able to do today. They go out, play clean football on the offensive side of the ball, really not forcing the tempo, but just able to pick up plays in chunks. They protected the quarterback. They got their running game on track. And once they got that running game on track, that really seemed to put a huge distance between them and East Stroudsburg. The defense did an awesome job. East Stroudsburg, and they were riddled with injuries, and they really weren't in a position to challenge the Rams on defense. And then the Rams special teams. I think that was the unit that kind of flew under the radar today. They did a really good job against the East Stroudsburg team that has a very capable, very dangerous special teams unit. So they were able to go out there, and that's been something that's given Shepherd trouble throughout the season, is going out there but having consistent play on the special teams side of things. And today they were really able to step up and go up against a good unit and play very well.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point they made, because they put them in a lot of tough situations, and then that Shepherd defense playing as well as it did really made East Stroudsburg's defense look worse than it was, because they were getting so many 3-and-outs offensively that Shepherd kind of had the ball a lot and were continually keeping the defense on the field, even at the time of possession. Because at halftime, I know East Stroudsburg led in time of possession, but here in the second half, or for the entire game, I guess I should say, let me find it here. The time of possession was in favor of Shepherd throughout the game, so second half was really dominant by the Rams in that category, 37 minutes to 23 minutes, essentially 22:59 for East Stroudsburg in terms of time of possession. So the Rams, dominating the time of possession in that second half, and then another, big stat, first downs, 35-6 in favor of Shepherd. This might be the most dominant performance by the Rams in total today. A total offensive day for just total offense being 125 yards for East Stroudsburg compared to 640 today by Shepherd. 84 plays ran by the Rams compared to 45 for East Stroudsburg. So this is probably up there with the best performance of the season for the Rams. You look back at that Millersville game, there was a lot of good things on defense, but the Rams had 3 turnovers. I think overall, this was a really good performance by Shepherd today, and just not allowing a lot of success for East Stroudsburg at all.
They jammed them up in the running game. Their pass defense was excellent, and of course, that pass rush is always going to take care of business. So I think you nailed it. They were able to do it at all 3 levels with the safeties, the corners, and the guys in the box. So you want your team playing their best football the closer you get to the end of the season. I feel like the Rams defense really took a big step in that direction today.
Again, East Stroudsburg struggled today. 1 of 11 on third down. The Rams were 11 of 16. You just see throughout, you look at the numbers, and it's all Shepherd in all the categories that matter. And overall, another strong performance for the Rams and able to get this win. 55-7. We'll break down some individual numbers here for you in just a few seconds. As Shepherd, moving now to 9-1. We'll play Slippery Rock next week, depending on how their game went. It might be a different opponent for the Rams if Slippery Rock is advancing to the PSAC championship. But let's get the individual numbers for you. We'll start with the offense today. Tyson Bagent, 27 of 45. That's a 60% completion percentage. 437 yards and 6 touchdown passes. But you look at what Shepherd was able to do as a balanced attack. Ronnie Brown, especially in that second half, he got going. 9 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Ty Hebron had a solid outing as well. 10 carries, 49 yards. Avon Holly cleaning it up with 5 carries for 22 yards. And then some of the receivers had big days. In particular, Josh Gonteric, 8 catches, 195 yards, and 2 scores. That 49-yard touchdown getting the Rams going early. Ryan Beach, 3 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Greg Leonard, 5 catches, 53 yards, and 2 scores as well. Ronnie Brown, 2 catches for 36 yards. Jonathan Moss, 2 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Michael McCook, 2 catches for 21 yards. On the East Stroudsburg side of things, passing the football, Cirillo was 14 of 25, 1 touchdown in the ballgame, was sacked twice. But what really hurt them is they just had no rushing attack. Angelovic, 10 carries for 18 yards. Cirillo, 8 carries for 15 yards. So the Rams really dominating in you look at offense and defense, in particular, there's offensive numbers, just not a whole lot at all for East Stroudsburg, and the Rams able to spread the ball around and get a lot of good performances in this ball game.
And that was just something, I mean, you kind of feel bad for East Stroudsburg just because at this level you have to have the talent on the field. And, like, they just didn't have the experienced talent that you need that's going to give you, like, some type of mismatch. Like, you're going to need to be able to go out there and create some type of mismatch. And there was one play I remember earlier in the game where they had their fullback, Akinwande, split out wide going against Ponce de Leon. That's to the Rams' advantage out there guarding a fullback like that out there in space. And it was just like they've been ravaged a lot by injuries. They've had to pull in some of their younger guys, and it certainly showed today. And the thing that makes it so glaring is that when you're going up against a team that's like such a veteran ball club like the Rams, like, it just makes it that much more glaring because the Rams, not only do they have talent and depth, they also have a lot of experience out there. So it's just tough to overcome that, and you're not just going to be able to out-scheme another team. Like, you're going to need the horses to get the job done, and just East Stroudsburg just don't have that kind of weaponry on the offensive side of the ball that was really threatening that unit. I mean, you go back to a game like Gannon. That was a game where obviously Shepherd was the better of the two teams, but Gannon had some playmakers on offense, and they were able to take advantage of some of those mismatches, and that was just – it wasn't an option for this East Stroudsburg team today.
And we'll wrap it up here with the stats portion, with the defense's stats for both teams. A 40 leading the way for the Rams with 6 tackles. De Leon with 4, Lane with 4, Stevens with 4. Those are the leading tacklers for Shepherd, for East Stroudsburg. Keene with 10, Hussett with 9, Carius with 8, and then Mitchell with 7, the leading tacklers for East Stroudsburg. Those are your Atlantic Security post-game stats, brought to you by Dynamark Atlantic Security, reminding you, don't be a statistic. Protect your family, home, and business with the local alarm professionals at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call Ben Copenhaver today at 304-671-2158. We'll take a 2-minute break here on the Palace Lounge post-game show, come back and get Travis's awards, and then wrap it up here from Ram Stadium.
Hi, this is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake in Maryland several summers ago, and we've gone back every summer since. La Bella Vita is owned by Martinsburg residents who've meticulously decorated and furnished this amazing mountaintop vacation home with breathtaking lake views that is only 2 hours away, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a fireplace, a large family room with an 85-inch TV, a hot tub, and multiple decks. There's lots more of the La Bella Vita experience to enjoy, including Deep Creek Lake itself, a 3,900-acre lake with 69 miles of shoreline. It's a great combination, and it's waiting for you. So take it from somebody who's been there multiple times. You are going to love staying at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales, or call 301-750-2182.
Lounge located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Warrensburg with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. We'll wrap things up here and get to the awards portion of the post-game show. Travis will start with your electrifying play of the game.
My electrifying play of the game is going to go to Shepherd wide receiver Josh Gontarek with his 49-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter. He was able to break 2 tackles going up against corner Abanyanyu and also going against the free safety Watson, where he's able to cut back against the grain and take it in for the big score to kind of set the tone for today's game. So Josh Gontarek is my electrifying play of the game.
And that's the electrifying play of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. They're located at 360 Hack Wilson Way, or visit them on Orsini's.com. All right, let's get your Cody's Body Shop collision of the game.
Well, my Cody's Body Shop collision of the game is going to go to Jake Cirillo, the big quarterback for East Stroudsburg, late in the game, able to step up in the pocket and run and finish it off with a hard run. He still got hit the next play, but it wasn't that many bright spots for East Stroudsburg. So Jake Cirillo, he's going to get my collision of the game.
All right, that's your collision of the game, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. And then finally, Travis, your WVU Medicine Player of the Game.
No suspense on this one. We're going to go with Tyson Bagent, completing 60% of his passes for over 340 yards and 6 touchdowns to boot. Just 2 weeks of just clean, awesome, efficient football from Tyson Bagent. So, yet again, he gets player of the game from me.
Yeah, I mean, hard to debate. Anytime a guy throws 6 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
But if you were going to debate, Gontarek had another great game as well. But, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, 6 touchdowns, and obviously Bagent, the guy that kind of makes this offense go. So that's your WVU player of the game. WVU Medicine, located in Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. So that does it for our portion of the postgame show. On the other side of a 2-minute break, stay tuned because Spencer Dupuis will have the Scoreboard extra point postgame show for you, and he'll get you all sorts of scores from around the country in Division II and Division I football. But the Rams get the win today, 55-7, and they'll advance to now 9-1 on the season. For Colin McLaughlin, Matt Miller, Harry Brown, Donald Kinney, and Travis Smith, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long, and have a good rest of your afternoon, everyone. Stay tuned. Spencer Dupuis is next.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved one who needs care. Locally owned, you can trust their professionally trained staff to provide the best possible care, allowing your loved one to remain where they're happiest, in their home. From a few hours to 24/7 service, they'll work with you to develop a custom plan to best meet your needs, including meal prep, light housekeeping, and transportation. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle or visit them on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Each office independently owned and operated.
Welcome into the Extra Point Scoreboard Show post game, brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-579-8862. Final from this one as Shepherd improves to 9-1 with a 55-7 win over East Stroudsburg. And we'll get some finals from around the PSAC and some scores from around the PSAC. Couple games already final, including Edinburgh with a 17-10 win over Clarion, and Bloomsburg with a 38-35 victory over Millersville. IUP gets a 38-3 win over Seton Hill. In the fourth quarter, Mercyhurst leads Gannon 24-13. In the fourth quarter, Kutztown and Westchester all knotted up at 14 apiece. In the third quarter, Shippensburg leads Lockhaven 38-7. And the most important matchup to Shepherd fans, as in the third quarter, Slippery Rock leads Cal U 24-10. And the way things are shaping out in the Western Division of the PSAC, if Slippery Rock wins, they will improve to 6-1 on the season, and Cal U will fall to 5-1. Therefore, Slippery Rock will represent the West in the conference championship, along with Kutztown in the East. They've clinched the conference championship. So then next week, Shepherd is potentially going to play Clarion, but that'll be determined later today after that one goes final. The West Virginia Mountaineers are getting ready to kick off at 3:30 as they take on the number 11 Oklahoma State Cowboys. 7-1 on the season for OSU. Mountaineers 4-4. They're looking to upset another top 25 team after last week upsetting Iowa State 38-31. They're winners of 2 in a row, looking to make it 3 today. And later on tonight at 6 p.m., the Marshall Thundering Herd face off against the Florida Atlantic Owls. Marshall 5-3, Florida Atlantic 5-3. This one for the East Division lead in Conference USA. Now over to top 25 matchups here. We'll get you some scores as some games have wrapped up from today. But as games are wrapping up, number 1 Georgia gets a 43-6 victory over Missouri. That game's got about 20 seconds left in the game. Number 5 Ohio State with the 23-17 victory over Nebraska. And with 11:22 left in the fourth, last check, number 9 Wake Forest has a 48-40 lead over North Carolina. And as the game just went final, Illinois gets the upset over number 20 Minnesota 14-6 with 11:17 left in the fourth. Number 25 Pittsburgh has come back to take the lead over Duke 44-29. Finals from earlier today include number 16 Ole Miss 27 over unranked Liberty 14. Some games that are going on later this evening include kickoff at 3:41, I guess, been updated on ABC after the prior games. Number 3 Michigan State travels to Purdue. Also at 3:30, number 6 Cincinnati hosts Tulsa. At 3:30, number 10 Notre Dame hosts Navy. The couple more games at 3:30. Number 12 Baylor heads to TCU. 3:30 matchup here between two ranked teams. Number 14 Texas A&M hosts number 13 Auburn. Number 15 BYU hosts Idaho State. Number 21 Wisconsin heads to Rutgers. Some games going on at 4. Number 17 Mississippi State heads to Arkansas. Number 19 NC State at Florida State. At 7 p.m. on ESPN, number 2 Alabama hosts LSU. On ESPN2 at 7, number 18 Kentucky hosts Tennessee. On the Big Ten Network at 7, number 22 Iowa heads to Northwestern. 7 on CBS Sports Network. Number 23 Fresno State hosts Boise State. At 7:30 on ABC, number 4 Oregon hosts Washington. At 7:30 on Fox, number 7 Michigan hosts Indiana. And around out the night, number 24 San Diego State visits Hawaii. That's on Fox Sports 1. If you want to tune in to some Mountaineer action, you can turn over to Talk Radio WRNR on the radio side, 106.5 FM AM 740. The Mountaineers getting ready to kick off here in about 15 minutes. And that'll do it for this Extra Point Scoreboard show. Again, final from Rams Stadium. The Rams get the 55-7 victory over East Stroudsburg to improve to 9-1 on the season. Waiting to see who they will play next week, as it looks like Slippery Rock will play as they represent the West, as they're looking to represent the West in the championship game. For Donald Kenny, Harry Brown, Matt Miller, Colin McLaughlin, Travis Smith, Nick Verzolini, I'm Spencer Dupuy. Again, this has been the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg Postgame Scoreboard show, brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-579-8862. And a reminder, tune into the Sports Mix Monday from 12 to 1, re-aired from 5 to 6. We'll break down all the West Virginia high school football playoff brackets, or we'll break down the AAA brackets, as it looks like 2 teams, according to many prognosticators out there in the state, are making the playoffs. And that has been the Extra Point Scoreboard show, brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, saying so long, everybody.
You've been watching play-by-play coverage of NCAA Division II football featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's telecast has been brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, Milestone Realty, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Orsini's Home Store, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Palace Lounge, and the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm. TV 10 Sports thanks you for watching today's presentation of Shepherd University Rams football. All rights reserved.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved one who needs care. Locally owned, you can trust their professionally trained staff to provide the best possible care, allowing your loved one to remain where they're happiest, in their home. From a few hours to 24/7 service, they'll work with you to develop a custom plan to best meet your needs, including meal prep, light housekeeping, and transportation. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle or visit them on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Each office independently owned and operated.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
But it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just gotta see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
There's nothing like spending a week at the lake. In my experience, La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake is the perfect getaway. Owned by Martinsburg residents, it's only 2 hours away. Whether it's lounging on the spacious deck with amazing views or relaxing in the hot tub, it just doesn't get better than La Bella Vita. With plenty of space for family and friends, this 5-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom home is the perfect luxury mountaintop retreat. Inside, you'll find an extremely well-furnished home that features 2 master bedrooms, an 85-inch TV for everybody, and a fully accessible kitchen and dining area, with everything your entire family will need. Our family enjoyed roasting s'mores at the fire pit in the evenings, and by day, exploring much of the 3,900 acres that makes up Deep Creek Lake. The community has several excellent restaurants and lots of family-friendly activities, and they're all just a short distance away. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor-Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales at 301-750-2182.